Hey, everybody. It's the February live time, and I am not dead. Well, jury's still out. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the February live stream. I'm super excited you're all here. Super excited that I made it through this last week. We'll talk about it. Let's see who's here. There's one little buddy here. We'll get to him. Small Man Moto's here. Kitty's here. Trainee ADV is here. Motocamp Nerd's in the house. Everybody go shop at Motocamp Nerd because we love him. Sideways Stan is here. I was just watching his videos. Sideways Stan has put out the first two, I think, wherever the camera is, of his Washington VDR adventure. So you should go look at those. It's no talking and all riding, which I kind of love. It's just good to get lost in it kind of video. Critter's here. Valkyrie is here. Hello. Trainee ADV. I'm here. Oh shit, look at, I showed up. My motorcycle adventures. Hello. One FTR is here. Guys, the gang's all here. Oh, Andrew's here. Guys, everybody on your worst behavior. All right. This intro music's really running, and I don't have... There we go. Perfect. That was well-timed. Like, it's totally planned that. Anyways, hi, everybody. Welcome to February Live. I've been dying of the Type A flu over the last week, so don't mind my sultry voice. It's been rough. Don't get the flu, guys. I don't recommend it. It's not good. It's bad. I almost died. Not really, but for a minute, I kind of thought like, all right, Jesus, go ahead and take the wheel. I'm done. You ever had the flu? Hey, everybody, it's Mighty V360. That was it. That was your intro.
That's it. That's my intro. Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Welcome to this motorcycle live. Let's talk about poop and water out your butt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great live.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking in that cup there?
What type of cup am I drinking out of? This would be the Tall Man Moto shameless promoter of me mug.
And
there is no alcohol involved in this live, guys. Where
would you get a cup like that?
I don't even remember because I'm so bad at promoting my stuff. tallmanmoto.us.net. Hold on, let me check.
You had tried both.
Net. I know. Like I said, I'm a shameless promoter. I'm a shameless promoter of me. I'm not a shameless promoter of my merch. Tallmanmoto.net. If you would like a sweet toque, by the way, I just grabbed this because it was out, and I was like, I'd rather wear this than a normal hat. And then I thought of this mug, and I was like, let's just plug some merch without thinking about how to tell people to buy the merch that I'm plugging. I'm a businessman.
Tiny mug man.
Yeah, tiny mug man. Yeah, it's not a big mug, guys. If you want your hands to look huge, buy this mug. If you want your hands to look normal,
then
you also should. No, you specifically. You. I'm talking to you right now. If you want your hands to look normal, buy my mug.
I have a tiny ass mug.
Yeah, but you're not holding it, so. Oh, you're wearing my face. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, no, guys, I missed an essential part of this. Professional production. There we go. Okay, good.
Oh.
Hold on, I got to brand it. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was all pre-done. You all saw that. We are waiting on the entire panel to show up. No pressure, not rushing anything. But I'm excited to have you all here. We are going to spend the evening really focusing on talking to you guys. 2025 is coming up. I mean, it's here, but it's not here because we're not riding our motorcycles yet. It is. It was actively starting to snow as I was walking into my apartment to do the live. So riding season's not here yet. It's going to work. It's going to flawlessly. Am I hitting the on button? What the hell's happening here? Hey, flawlessly work.
I guess so. Send the link out to Critter. I sent it to Owen, but I didn't send it to Critter.
Oh, we could, you just send it to the whole group there. Wait one, everybody. This is why I pay him the big bucks. Okay. Where'd you go? This is why I have it in a separate tab or a separate window. Okay, I can make that whole small. Guys, give me some credit. I've been on death's door for a week. Okay, and I'm back. Anyways, 2025 is coming up, and I want to hear what people want to watch. This isn't like we're gonna like completely change the way we do things based on our input tonight. So don't think like, you're really custom ordering like a whole YouTube channel. Also, I apologize for the halls in my mouth in advance, but I also don't want to be coughing nonstop.
What, so, you have balls in your mouth?
Cough drops. Halls. Oh, halls. Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, you're right. That was pretty close. So we're going to talk about what you want to watch, right? Like what entertains you when you're watching motorcycle content. So that's the whole vibe tonight. But we're casually stalling while we wait for certain other parties to join the conversation so that they're involved because they're supposed to be involved. So, Corey, how was your month?
My month. It's been freaking cold. And
summarize the whole month.
Yeah, cold, wet, a little bit of sun, gray, cold.
It's actually pretty accurate.
And I still wear shorts every day.
That's because you're a weirdo. Veron Phillips is here. Critter Moto's here.
Critter Moto's here.
We now wait on two.
We've heard
now
from
wait
one.
On two. Oh, he's still getting technically involved. Hey, knock it off.
Hey, Chris, just throw like a peace sign up so I can see above the stage there. Button, and then I'll throw you back on.
The peace sign in Canada is a maple leaf.
Maple leaf?
Yeah, it's hard to do, but...
Is there a gang sign for that?
No, it's just a maple leaf. Canada doesn't have gangs.
I beg to do.
No.
Yeah.
Canada's perfect. Oh, look at all these beer caps that I haven't thrown away. Yeah. This is why you don't get cats. You buy whatever. Don't have cats. Cats are dumb. You have one cat. More than one cat. It's just a problem. Okay. Is that your good to go sign? I don't think that's appropriate for... That's not appropriate for the screen.
Put that away, Chris. All right, there we go.
Put your pants... Okay, and there he is.
And there I am.
Andy's live.
All right. I'm not wearing a toque because you're wearing your toque. I had a toque on already.
Yeah, you're Canadian.
But I know. It's cold, dude. It's cold up here.
I had this weird thought. Recently. We were sitting at a bar and grill, and we were having a Reuben because ADHD, right? And again, guys, I'm so sorry for the halls in my mouth. Halls. The cough drops. I know that's probably going to annoy some people, and I really do apologize. I had this weird thought, and I was like, what if humans just didn't have hair? Like, what would we look like as a species? Like, would we just all be bald and be okay with it? Or would, like, toques and, like, hats be, like, so much more common? It was the weirdest, most random thing. But then I sat there and I just started, like, envisioning, like, trying to figure out, like, what would you look like bald? What would you look like bald?
Like bald, like no eyebrows, like, bald? Or just no?
No, like, we just didn't grow hair. Like, old people bald, but just our whole lives.
Not all old people lose their hair.
No, that's true.
Oh, okay. We're 50-50.
Now you know why I'm wearing a toque.
Point is, I'd sell a lot more toques if that were the way the world were. Okay. Here's a great opening question, even though we're stalling in completely other different ways. 2025 bucket list as a new rider. This is great. This is way off topic of what we're supposed to be talking about, so this is perfect. Tour tech. Always on my list. So we're talking about the Pacific Northwest point of view, right? To be fair.
can be fat.
Oh, Valkyrie says everyone knows what I look like bald now. Yeah, you're fucking rocking it.
Yeah, she
So
is.
that was a bucket list for a new rider. So
Yeah.
a new
Yeah,
rider's
so that's-
asking for a suggestion for a bucket list ride.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd agree. Tour Tech would be a good one to really get in there and get your feet wet with the adventure community and meet everybody. And I mean, they've got some real easy routes and stuff. So yeah, if that's what you're looking for sure. Yeah.
Really? You're not gonna plug it?
Plug what?
That
Glyphview would
like
be
a ride
another
that's up the-
great
Oh.
option.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. There's always Get Lost Find Yourself as well. Yep.
Beautiful riding up there.
Beautiful riding up here.
I think the coast trip is always, even if you just make it down to like Southern Oregon. I think going out from Washington, the thing. So, and here's the thing that a lot of people probably should be better aware of. At least I was completely unaware of. I thought, all right, I'm going to do the coast trip. It was right after I bought the Africa Twin. I was like, I'm going to roll down the coast and it's going to be beautiful and there's going to be ocean. I spent all of Washington being like, where the fuck is the ocean at? This is bullshit. I was so mad the whole time. I had no concept that 101 does not touch the ocean really at all until you hit just about the last maybe quarter of Oregon.
Yeah, the last little bit.
And then it gets beautiful. And that's exactly when I was cutting in.
Yeah.
So I think you need to know going in. But I think it's still worth doing because you roll through so many cool little towns. And
yeah, the 101 is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And if you're on an adventure or a dual sport, there's so many, left-hand roads. Where does this one go? And you can just jaunt up that and take a look. And you don't want to go right because you'll end up in the ocean. But, there's lots of vistas and stuff to look at. And yeah, it's one of my favorite rides, doing that whole coastal thing. Absolutely.
I would love to do that one again.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do it now too, like more experienced with that. Where does this road go mentality?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Veron?
Veron.
You're going to need to give me a phonetic, Mr. Phillips, Mrs. Phillips, Phillips person.
Aaron?
Anyways, it says recommend Idaho McCall area. 100% agree.
Yeah.
That was so much fun to ride. We are doing the Idaho BDR this summer at some point. That's my one to do this year. That's it. Everything else is a hopeful plus. Glyphie, I really want to do, but the one thing this year that really is just like will happily capture my soul is doing the Idaho BDR. It's so important. I think it's so important to me because it's, I think, the only place on a motorcycle that I have failed. I think that's what it is for me. Like
Redemption.
I had to reroute
Redemption
because
ride, yeah.
I ate shit.
Yeah.
And it was just so like internally embarrassing. I don't care what anyone else thinks, but I was so upset with myself that I had to quit because I dropped the bike. I mean, to be fair, I fucked my thumb up pretty good.
You hurt yourself too, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I don't care. Point is, I'm going to redo it.
Oh yeah, you'll slay it this time. You'll get on there and slay it this time. You'll be like, "What? That was nothing."
Yeah, now I'm on the 501 too. So
Yeah.
easy peasy. Just roll over that shit. It's gonna be great.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Let's see. The very north tip of the 101. Oh, that is true.
It is
very,
true.
very north tip of the 101 starts at a beach. Yeah, but then Dirty Destinations, you roll down through Washington and there's no goddamn ocean. But it does, yes. There is, yes. Technically. But I maintain my point. It's not there in Washington. You're in the wrong place, Motorcycles and Paint. Not the chat. You're supposed to be here. Oh my goodness, this guy, he gets so lost.
He went left. He
got distracted. He got distracted.
Always go left.
No, the chat's to the right. He's probably on his way home from work.
Yeah.
All right, what else? What else can we talk about while we're waiting for the group.
The group.
Cameras?
Jim?
Camera? You got to give us more than emoji. We're not that smart, Valkyrie. Talk about Flash.
Talk about mirrorless cameras.
Nope.
No.
Okay, you know what? I will do it. Fair enough. I will do it.
Oh.
Well, but here's the thing. And I could be wrong, so I'm going to check my work. Or my opinion, whatever. I'm going to check before I say anything. I don't think they're selling tickets yet, are they? Last time
Registration is live. Registration is live, yes.
Well, look at that. All right. Okay. So I do want to clarify because we've talked about this and I had a whole strong opinion. Although I do hate this website because, like, there's no call to action buttons. There's just a whole other marketing situation back end that I won't get into. Giant Loop Ride. There should be a button down here, they're big bold, that says register. You scroll all the way down, there's nothing. You come up here, that's where you click. All right. $275 if you are just on a motorcycle.
Motorcycle, yeah. No
I
meals.
do want to point out, the meals are now $175 extra for just breakfast and dinner. Lunches are another $30, which puts you basically back at the same price. So, if you're bringing your own meals, it is now $275 on just a motorcycle if you're just camping. So,
That would be a good time to plug Peak Refuel on motocampnerd.com.
yeah, that is 100% true. So, if you don't want to pay, what is that, 175 plus 30,
Yeah,
$205? Yeah, go buy Peak Refuel
you
meals.
buy?
So fucking many.
A case.
Yeah, go buy your delicious Peak Refuel meals from motocampnerd.com.
Go buy 2 of every one and try them all before you go.
God,
so you know
they're
which one's
so
good.
delicious. I had one halfway through dying because I wanted a nutrient-dense meal.
Just okay.
It was delicious.
Just okay.
Sorry, the connection dropped. Canada's so far away.
Oh, wow. Their internet was cut. It was sabotaged.
The Canada internet. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no, eh?
So, yes,
Sorry.
Giant Loop did drop their price. I'm still not going. So far away.
No.
You know what's funny is, for those who have been around since the very beginning, I was sitting here before this live started,
Like
watching.
your birth beginning?
Huh?
Huh?
You
How far
can't
back
do
were you going?
that. Listen, okay, we need to clarify a thing tonight, guys. I have not had nicotine in a week. So my ADHD is fully unhinged.
Keep it going.
Just I 100% do not remember what we were talking about now. So Corey, you did this. What the hell was I saying?
Hold on. Let me go back and rewind.
I was, if you've been around since the beginning and you saw my very, very first live, which is now enlisted, I was watching myself drunkenly rant about how much I loved Giant Loop. And it made me really sad the way things had played out because drunk me on that very first live was so excited. But it's about the camaraderie. And you know what? I'm still excited about that, even though the company changes. And it's not Giant Loop, guys. It's Usui.
Usui.
Just to be clear. I love the Giant Loop people still. Anyways, thanks, Solder Pro, for getting us on that. Me rambling. Anyway, no, I appreciate you pointing that out. Thank you. So if you want to go to Giant Loop, then ticket prices are cheaper. The terrible snowstorm you barely survived. Oh yeah, man, guys, we got. If you've been tracking my Instagram, feet of snow. I got so bored. We were supposed to get all this snow and we didn't, and so I started making really dumb Instagram reels. They're very dramatic. There was not a lot of snow, and then we finally did get snow, and I got to go drift a little bit in the new Subaru, and that was exciting. But obviously, you don't film those things. So
no, because you're very responsible. You don't do stuff like that.
First of all,
no.
I'm a very responsible hooner.
Yes.
This, oh my God, this is going to be rough. I don't think I can do tea though. I'm going to have to switch to normal water. Get like a vat. It's weird doing a live with no beer. What else are we talking about? Let's see.
Let's do this question here. What does he mean by sag with bums?
Wait, hold on. What?
Saggy bums?
Who's sagging with bums?
Camera mounts that don't sag with bums. What do you mean by that? Do you mean bumps? Or are you putting your camera mount on your
Camera
belt?
mounts that don't sag. Oh, with bumps. Like
Bumps. Oh, okay.
With bumps.
hey,
Okay.
man, Dirty Destinations, you find one, you let me know, because I don't know. I know there are guys using some real stiff poles.
Wow.
But like, so they do have like carbon fiber setups. I have yet to find, especially on the 501 when I'm starting to like really do some dumb shit, right? So you hit those big ass puddles or rocks or whatever, and that jolt is coming up so hard. I have not found a mount yet for like a 360 camera. Right, is I'm pretty sure what he's talking about. So like that weird unicorn mount.
Yeah.
I have not, everybody, Owen Lush ADV. I haven't found one yet where the little screw in 3/8 thread doesn't break.
So
I've broken 3 of them so far.
what I do have is the 360 extended selfie pole. It has the screw-in thingy in there. And what I've added to it, so that goes through there. I've got a GoPro or a RAM mount ball on that, which clamps onto a RAM mount on the handlebar. And then Insta360 came out with another thing that's about 6 inches long and has 2 clamps, 2 claws. So that goes claw and then claw up a little bit further onto the pole.
That's
and that makes a big difference, a huge difference. And
It's like,
Huge difference.
with this.
yeah, with that, I'm fairly comfortable having my pole fully extended, whereas before I always had it a little bit shorter, right?
Oh,
This is going down quickly, I see.
Straight up like this, and
Extended poles and
yeah. But yeah, I think that's the one solution is carbon fiber for that.
Myself off YouTube.
And then,
thank you, Chris.
One of those things. Yeah. Okay.
I think carbon fiber is the only option, right?
Yeah.
But the RAM mount thing's interesting though, because is that to absorb some of that?
Well,
Like,
basically what it does. So you've got your handlebars, right? And I'm pinned to the handlebar. So there's point. Let me get the camera here. There's point A, and then you extend your pole all the way through, and now you're okay. Point A, and then you extend your pole all the way up here, right? What it does stop it. What it does is it now takes adds a point B to it. So it actually, even though you're fully extended, you're not as extended. Never mind.
God, imagine if we could not be a giant set of 14-year-old boys having a real conversation. That said, let's welcome our last member of the panel to the stage.
How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on here, Mr. Tallman. It's been a dream of mine here for a long time to come on the TM and network, and really good cast of characters you got here. Corey, how you doing there?
Hey.
I see you got Gibberish down here too, and Critter. It's a whole cast of superheroes here. It's just amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
He says his name is Pancakes, but I don't think we've been.
No, I think isn't that Barley? Barley the Harley guy?
Barley the Harley guy?
No. Barley.
This is somebody else.
My cousin.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So who do we got here?
Oh, they just call me Doofus. It's fine.
Oh, Doofus.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's totally okay. I need to make the screen bigger here, guys. Bam. Here we go. Thanks. Anyways, we had a little bit of snowmageddon here today. Holy moly.
Yeah, here you guys got like actual snow down there.
Well, we got something kind of like, what most wives are, used to getting, about an inch. It was just fine.
Shut the city down.
Oh, it totally did. It totally did. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Matt, you're looking good now. You got away from the spiked hair, put on
so much better.
Way better. There was a couple days ago we were all on here one of these little live things, and well, Matt just looked like he was eating soup, and he looked like a white zombie with spiked hair. It was amazing.
It's accurate.
And he was really quiet.
it was a really good look for him, though.
The quiet,
the best part about it is he was on mute the whole time, so it was great. There's Barley. Owen, how you doing today, brother? How you doing?
Good. What are you?
Oh,
Can
not
you hear
so
me
bad.
okay?
Yeah.
Who are you? Yeah,
I don't have
now
a
we
mic
can
set
hear you.
up or nothing. So
No, sounds great.
So there's him. What about the guy in the corner over there? How you doing up there in the Great White North? Even though he's the Great White North, but you're in the Great White North too. Hi. Hi,
It's
Critter.
okay, eh? We're doing okay, eh?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
surviving, eh?
That's good, eh?
Yeah, eh?
Yeah. Corey, love your shirt. It's good to see you.
You like that? You like that? Yeah.
Mine, I don't know if you can see. I've got Sasquatchies on it. Where are they? Like Sasquatch surfing.
Oh, there
All
he
over
is.
the
Right
place.
there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Yeah.
all right.
See,
The crew is assembled.
Dun, dun,
Hopefully
dun.
everybody's still paying attention. Guys, it's time for the first question. All right. So we're going to talk about it. And then this is how I anticipate this going. Because, you know, guys, I'm super structured and nothing ever falls off the rail in these lives.
No.
right.
There's a track that
Like
we have.
talking about extended poles. So I'm going to pitch a thought. We're going to talk about it. And then we're going to sift through the comments. Corey's going to sift through the comments. We're going to sift through the comments and get your opinions on same said topic. Okay, so
I wasn't
fellas,
given an agenda.
there's not really an agenda. I just kind of came up with 5 things, and I was like,
that.
good enough. Let's start with just shots, right? Let's talk about what we prefer, like each of us as makers of
I
stuff.
don't like needles.
Did you say needles?
Yeah, I don't like to get shots.
you never grew out of that fear, eh?
No.
It's because he's a little guy. Gotta give him 2 suckers if you want to get a flu shot.
It's like getting poked with one of those turkey baster things.
What are we talking about? All right.
Okay.
Shots.
Just riding. So just the bike going down the woods or talking during riding. So I think I'm pretty well established as running my mouth with no purpose while riding the bike down a mountain or riding shots with like a voiceover after. Owen, you go first.
Okay. Depends on the video. If I'm watching something on YouTube, I probably give the win. You either have to talk while you're riding or you have to have enough of a story in the video and that the riding sections aren't too long with no talking. The voiceover after can be good. I'm going to end up posting some stuff like that eventually just because I didn't talk while I was riding. But yeah, you either talk while you're riding or you have to have enough of a story, and those clips can't be like too long in the video.
Ian.
What are we talking about?
You mean the seasons?
See, I was turning on. I put the live on my other monitor here while you guys were discussing it, and then I forgot to mute it, so I was getting both conversations. I was like, wait a minute.
Whoa. Overload.
Yeah, it was awesome.
In your
So-
shots, when you're watching stuff, and also remember, comment people, weigh in, have thoughts, because we're going to get to you. We're talking about, when you're creating and when you're watching, do you prefer just riding footage? Do you want whoever's riding talking while they're riding? Do you prefer to talk while you're riding in your videos, or a voiceover after the fact?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with all of that. No, you know what? So if I'm going to watch Critter, for example, right here, right there, right,
Mhm.
okay, there. hey guy, if I'm going to watch one of his videos, I know what I'm coming into, and that's what I'm expecting, right? I'm expecting him to be vlogging and to riding and to really, put the forefront on, like, I'm riding essentially on his motorcycle with him and going along for that journey, right? If I'm watching, Matt, it's kind of the same thing, but I'm also expecting a different personality mixed in with that. If I'm watching something totally different, like somebody that's not motorcycle related, I know Critter, you watch Destination Adventure. It's more cinematic and there's more drone and voiceovers versus vlogging versus different camera angles. So I think for me, I don't want just a cookie cutter. I want just something that is different on whatever I'm watching, right? So I'm not going to give you, it has to be this. For me, I'm still experimenting with what works. I don't know. Sometimes I put out a video and I'm like, oh, I think this video is great. And then I go back and I'll have to watch it for like, oh, there's something in here I want to see, maybe use on another thing, and I go back and watch. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. What was I thinking? So I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask. How do you guys like my hair? Oh my gosh.
It's so great.
Critter,
So
what say you?
There's my answer.
Oh, there's his answer.
Ish.
Oh, what say me? Well, man, I'm.
You throw one
like,
set of glasses on, and you're a whole different human.
I can't even see a bloody thing. Anyways, I'm a lot like in Ian's camp too. A lot of my videos have been the ride along vlogging style. I have dipped my toes into other styles, and I feel as the creator, the video creator, I'm still learning, still trying to find exactly where I go, because sometimes you'll do I'll do a riding video and it'll just take off. Other times I'll do a video that has some voiceover and it takes off. Then I'll do a video with voiceover and it just sits stagnant. So I think it's still very much I'm still very much in the learning process of finding my niche, if you will, my style. But Ian's got a question.
Hey, I need to clarify something. The language barrier between Canada and the United States is a process the same as a process. Is that the same thing?
That is correct. You are correct, sir.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
good,
the process.
Okay.
And the process.
The process.
Yes. Yes.
25% more expensive.
That's right.
It's lost in the exchange.
That's right. I want to be starting some chirps here, boys.
Trainee's got it bang on right there though with his comment. It's about the story. So if any one of us start off with a really great story, a concept of a story, I mean, if the story's great, whatever you shoot's going to follow right along with it. So I think he's hit the nail on the head right there.
I got a question about that.
Okay,
I got it.
That was great.
A comment when you're done.
That was a great lead-in. Go for Ian's comment.
Yeah. So I heard one time this particular individual say the interwebs is full of vlogs of average riders doing average things. So if you keep that in mind, how do you take your average rider doing average things and try to set yourself a little bit apart from all of that? So that's something I try to take into consideration too, especially in the last couple of videos. You can see I'm making a turn on how I'm doing things a little bit differently, but it's one thing that I'm trying, because when I go really crazy, I don't have my camera on for whatever reason. I'm like, oh, that would have been cool, but whatever. Owen Lush. Yes, the Great White North. What is your comment?
What sets it apart is you're the difference. Original ideas, honestly, like really no longer exist, like on social media, or if they do and you find one, it's going to be a matter of time before somebody copies you, which, I mean, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery.
I'm doing this thing where I'm taking pictures of my food, which is new.
I've never done that on any
First
social
of all,
media before.
Trying to break ground on Instagram. Sorry, you were saying.
Taking pictures of his food for his new girlfriend.
It's you that sets it apart. It's being yourself. Like people follow you for you. Like if I wanted to follow original content, like good luck.
Yeah, dude, there is no OG anymore. You know,
No.
So that just goes back to how we set ourselves apart.
I think
is this live or is this just us and our little monthly get together?
I think this is live.
Well, this is a live situation. Keep your pants on.
We got people here.
Yeah. So here's the catch-22 to that situation, though, right? Is like if you're just making stuff that's about you,
but it's not about
YouTube.
You.
It's about riding, right? But like, how do you balance the two? And this is a thing I think we talked about. We don't necessarily need to rabbit hole too much into it, but it might be interesting to get comment-based feedback. Like, how do you balance the YouTube algorithm of here's my motorcycle, here's my motorcycle, here's my motorcycle. Please show people who like motorcycles my stuff, but include yourself. Because the one great piece, I know, ironic. Hold on, just let this live in the record books. This is the one live it's going to happen.
He got us back on
I'm
track.
so hyper fixated on not fucking this up because my ADHD is so rampant that I'm dialed in. What was I saying? The one piece of advice that I got that I have always taken is for the first year or so, people don't care about you. When you dial into when you are a new YouTube channel, people aren't necessarily like, they don't care about you, right? So when you inject your personality, they're like, dude, I'm here to see your bike. I'm here to see the ride you're on. I'm here to watch motocamping. Like, shut the fuck up. Let me watch that. But then once you've established a viewer base and people start like following you for a while, then it can be about the both of you, your motorcycle and you. So it's like striking this weird balance of if you make it too vloggy, I don't know, it's weird. It was a weird thing to do for a year. But the advice that I got, I guess just, if we're touching the giving advice concept, was just make shit. Don't worry about the quality for the first year. Just make shit, churn shit, put shit out. Fit the algorithm, which hurts my soul to say. But there's some reality to it. Like, don't worry about the ghost in the background, Owen. That's normal in his house.
It's time for bed, Corey.
No, just let it be. Don't acknowledge it.
Like,
oh my gosh.
No, we know.
Bed, Corey.
You're not doing yourself any service right now.
15 minutes. Okay, I got 15
Oh,
minutes.
he's got 15 minutes. He's got to go, boys.
Alexa, set timer 15 minutes.
Yeah, right.
In 15 minutes, it's like, why the fuck did I set this
now
timer?
Everybody's house that has an Alexa has turned on and set a 15-minute timer.
Headphones, baby.
I think maybe to add one more to that point there is, how do we add the content and how do we make it set out for ourselves, right? And you guys probably touched on this. The five of us, we get together once a month and we're in a group chat and we're just like children in there, but we get together once a month online and Corey, actually, dude, you do an amazing job I'm sorry, I said the wrong word. Corey does a fantastic job of putting everything together and, kind of keeping us on track because you think this is scattered brain. Holy hell. Right. But one of the things though, that actually helps is us going and being interactive with each other's videos, right? So it's the likes, the comments, and all that, which keeps pushing it out. Because I don't think a lot of people know how the algorithm works, right? So if you just watch the video and you're like, dude, that was awesome, and you just let it run through, cool, we get watch hours for that, but the algorithm is watching a little bit of the watch hours, but it's also the interactive part of it. So the likes and the comments and everything. And I tried doing that in my my podcast. Like, even if you just leave that one word, it just really helps, right? But even if like you watch, like you're gonna see a lot of cooking videos from this dude up here on lives and stuff. So make sure which way? That's crazy. Whoa. But that guy, right? So he puts out a new video that's going to be a short or whatever, like that thing, put a comment on it, and then that will help him and his audience start to grow and be pushed out, because when we put out a video, it automatically just goes to our subscribers. And then it's up to the subscribers to interact with that to get pushed to the next level, and then to get to the push to the next level. And that's how videos grow, right? So if we're just sitting here, we're like, that was a rad video, I've got to do something. You got to go. So a lot of you guys have likes from my other YouTube, because that's the one that's downstairs on the big TV, you know, but that's, you know, if you're really liking these guys around here, you know, do all that weird stuff. Dude, this thing is hot.
Yeah, I'm surprised you kept it on that long.
Now my hair is really fantastic.
Oh, look at that. Look, she's got the same mug, but that's the backside. But I'm left-handed, so I don't get to
be like it.
Well, I guess that's not true. If I was using my, yeah, no, that's right. If I was using my, guys, fuck off, okay? I don't know my left from my right every single day of the week. Sorry.
So when you do this, Matt, the one that
doesn't work for me because yours, it's backwards. So now I'm gonna think fucking left is on the right. God, it's
right.
Like I'm in kindergarten again.
You know,
yeah, I'm
a lefty too,
with it.
and I got to tell you, everybody's born right-handed, but only the gifted go left.
Got him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that's the word we use these days. Gifted.
Well, that's what you guys call me, gifted.
To loop. So many penis jokes. Who would have thought?
We're live. This is a PG-13 PG. Remember that? We are not just us.
Oh boy.
All right, so I think my answer's short and sweet, right? I started this whole thing because I was watching people talk into their helmet while riding, and I was like, I already do that. So I just started filming it. So I like that. I prefer it. I think it's very rare that I'm going to watch through a video of somebody just riding, unless they're like fucking getting it, bud. If somebody's just out on a trail and just fucking bombing or racing through the woods on like tight single track and they're not saying shit and it's like I can just be there and it's all one take, I'm into that.
That's why I speed my videos up.
423%. Damn, he's not slow. That's not bad. Yeah. No,
I go to events and I don't ride, so nobody will know.
Just got stuck in the beer tent talking to so many people. Sorry, guys, I couldn't get out there with you.
Sorry, I was trying to leave, and there was another beer, and then I was trying to leave, and there was another beer, and then I couldn't walk.
All right, did we cover all of our? We didn't do this.
So nobody likes ASMR videos.
Oh my god, those fucking camping ASMR videos are. Here's the thing, though. Let's acknowledge the joke.
Videos.
Say that again.
So they're good short videos.
There are some of those fucking videos with like 200 and 300 and 400,000 views. So I guess, I don't know how, but let's pay some respect to the people that are smart enough to do the weird shit that people like to click on.
Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, it is popular.
There's no fucking way I'm going on a whole camping trip and not speaking. So I'm never going to make one of those.
I can't make it through about 2 minutes of an ASMR.
No.
That's about it.
And we're done.
I can't.
My niche is now changed. We're gonna take ASMR off the list.
You can do it. If you could do it, that's great. I'm saying I physically could not go out into the woods, unload my bike, get my tent set up, get my chair set up, and get a fire started without saying one word. I couldn't get on the bike without saying one word.
F word would be one of them. I know that, but that could be part of the ASMR.
Fuck, shit.
But no,
Critter just quit. He said, "I'm done."
He's like, "I'm out of here."
I gotta put little ones away.
Let's set him down there. All right, so I think we kind of sort of covered my second question. Oh, wait, hold on.
Wait, what was the second question?
No. I was going to read the second question, and then I was like, hold on. Comments. So Valkyrie says, we didn't cover this one right, did we?
No.
Creating content for me is about having fun. Moments of emotion, whatever it may be, sharing perspectives and views, the adventures with others. I like that answer because that's a journalist's answer, of which she is and I also am. And that's why I started my whole YouTube thing. was because, to loop it all back to ADHD, I don't fucking remember shit when I go on adventures. 2 months after I go do something, I'm like, yeah, I think I remember stopping by that one. I don't remember anything. Like, it's the worst at times. It is super frustrating. And so I just started it to capture like what I was doing and the fun I was having. So I had something to look back on. I never expected it to grow into balls of anything. It's insane. Even where it's at now. It's not like it's big, like, ooh, but it's cool because I started creating a community, which is a whole other thing we're going to get into. But
so question number 2.
All right. This one's going to be probably a little bit quicker.
I already answered that question.
Oh, I see. Is there more than one?
I needed more info on
There's
that.
just Sasquatch. There's not a type of Sasquatch.
Who's this motorcycle?
There's always
guy.
more.
Can we get more information from him?
Maybe.
I'm gonna need to left hook this whole fucking live and know whether or not there are types of Sasquatches.
Absolutely. There could be another one. A Sam Squatch. Critter says Sam Squatch. Sandwich.
Sam?
There could be another comment on there too, but I think we're so delayed on the comments and getting back. Anyways, hi guys, how you doing?
Where are we at?
We're on 5, right, Meow?
Yeah, you said we were delayed on comments, and I got all self-conscious that we were missing a bunch of comments in there. No, Corey's got it.
we're
He's
good.
got us in check.
We're good.
All right, so question 2.5 then. And like I said, this one should be a quicker one, but this is just about the content itself. Longer riding shots or quicker shots pieced together, i.e., do you want to take the environment in and enjoy like where the person's riding, or once you've seen it, is it like, okay, what's next? Let's go. My parentheses here is this is how we find our ADHD viewers. So you know my answer.
Dude, I think it goes again. I don't think there's a yes or no black and white kind of answer to it. I think everything is video to video based on what's going on and based on where you're at. Maybe you're riding somewhere coming up to an epic vista, and you really want to showcase, the transition into the vista. So that shot's going to be obviously quite a bit longer.
Mhm.
But if you're just, chit-chatting and you're kind of moving topic to topic, ADHD style, then that's obviously going to be more of more jump cuts on the edit.
Yeah.
It depends on how much you like to edit, right?
Yeah.
There's more jump cuts. The more you're hitting the
Mhm.
Control K, Control K. That's the shortcut for cutting stuff
what
up
the hell?
for people
What?
that know.
Control
What?
K?
Yeah, dude. I use Premiere Pro on a PC. You use it on that weird.
You can
Apple
just hit
thing.
the C key and click.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm
Control
gonna have to try that.
Control
Yeah,
K.
I think like one FDR just said, it's situational, and it's agreeing with Ian as well. And Matt, you just said a moment ago that if you see one guy just going after it, you like that big long clip of him just going for it, right?
Mhm.
So if you're doing something really groovy and exciting, and then absolutely the whole thing. But if you're going down an FSR and you're like, okay, well, I'm here, it's Saturday. Ride, and I'm just out gonna go find a lake. Ride. Cut that shit. Right?
Enter my first fucking motovlog.
Yeah, right.
I'm just
I
going
think
down
all of us did
405
that.
and it's loud as shit. Now we're just gonna listen to wind noise.
All of us did that. It took me a really long time to learn how to kill my babies.
Yeah.
I think
So
that's how Matt and I met. He's like, dude, you recorded your whole tent setup process. You could have sped that up something there.
yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like something I would have been like, hey, input.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are not posed to be one way or the other questions. I don't know if you figured that out yet. I actually used my journalist brain and I was like, ha, 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 ha.
oh,
What?
you tricky guy.
I say it depends on the scenery, right? Like exactly, right? Like if I'm bombing through single track, and it's about that bike moving through the woods. That deserves its own long clip. It's constant. It's interesting. But yeah, Forest Service Road. I'm not going to fucking film 45 seconds of going down the same Forest Service Road with barely a view on an action camera where the mountain is this tiny. Wow, guys, look at the beautiful mountains. They're so beautiful. You can't fucking see anything, man. Let's go. Get closer to the mountains. Go to the mountains. Yeah.
All right, let's go through a couple of the responses. Yep.
Oh, sir.
Stan. Huh. Who, sir?
Oh, the guy rubbing his Critter Moto shirt, sir.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Oh,
bud.
hi. Hey, look at that.
Well, hey, bud. How you doing?
Yeah,
Hey.
under 10 seconds. Dude, even 10 seconds feels like a long time.
10 seconds can be a long clip.
As the resident editor,
Hold on, I gotta talk to my wife real quick.
as the resident editor going on 20 years of editing, like
She just got excited. She heard 10
2
seconds.
to
and went,
5
"Whoa."
seconds.
10 seconds. I got
Give you the best 3 seconds of your life.
2. Jesus Christ.
So would that be
2 to 5 seconds.
2
to 5 seconds is really like that's 5 seconds still feels like so long to try and give his advice. Don't do that.
I am so
Boys,
tonight.
in this world, the quicker the better. In probably just this world. Get excited. Half second. Good to go.
Yes.
Look at all of you with your alcohol. What a life. What a life you're living. Yeah, 10 seconds is 10 seconds is a long time.
I know Owen's gonna ask.
Elijah Gregg.
Oh, the well. Man.
Can't figure out
It's
this
okay.
backwards camera.
I'm sporting the well water. There you go.
Is it? I'm not going to ask. It is. I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
Proud of
guy.
you. Situational. Okay, we're going to touch on it real quick. We'll left hook.
So
I'm gonna
I can answer this one to an extent.
Go for it.
Okay, so it really depends on what you want to do with your movies, on your videos. I've watched a ton of videos and reviews on like editing software, and your most basic is going to be iMovie. Super simple. A lot of decently successful YouTube channels that are definitely more successful than mine that use it. And then you've got like your Premiere Pros, your DaVinci Resolves that are like very high end, like a ton of features, but can also, like, if you're just getting into it and you don't know a lot about it, or you don't care to know a lot about it, like myself, can be very overwhelming. So I actually use CapCut. And CapCut is subscription based. I think you can probably pay it yearly, but the free version has got a ton of options. But the paid version, like, there is a fuck ton of stuff you can do with CapCut, and it is significantly simpler to me.
That has a desktop version, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's way simpler to me than something like a Premiere Pro. And I've tried the Premiere Pros, and I mean, eventually I might get there. For me personally, if it's going to be, I probably never will, because if it's going to be complicated or difficult, or if it seems like a lot of work, like, I'm just not going to do it. So CapCut for me is a good medium.
So I'm gonna go first, and then everybody else can weigh in with what they use. But I'm gonna go specifically from one. So I use Premiere Pro, but it does not matter. Answering specifically the question, the best software for editing, it doesn't matter.
No.
98% of these softwares do the same thing. And here's the thing: editing at its core, and just to put my teacher hat on for a second, all you are doing is taking one clip, you are cutting it up, and you are putting it behind another clip. And then you're taking another clip, and you're cutting it up, and you're putting it behind the clip that you just did. And then you're taking another, and it's just one after the other, and then suddenly you have a project. Yeah. Every single one of these programs will allow you to do that until you start getting into really advanced things like color grading or animation, or really, especially nowadays, real fucking high-end graphics works. because every program has graphic stuff for captions and all that stuff built in now, right? It doesn't actually matter. What you need to learn is how to import your footage on any software. You need to learn how to preview your footage on any software. You need to learn how to cut those clips up and get them into the timeline on any software. And you need to learn how to edit or export on any software. And at its base, every single editing program will allow you to do that. So the best software for editing really doesn't actually matter.
The one you like to use.
Which one do you like to use? Exactly. Which one are you comfortable using? I downloaded and installed DaVinci Resolve. It's crazy how much stuff that can do, and it's overwhelming. I don't even know where it saves the project files. It's so damn confusing. CapCut, if you can get away with it, or Chris, what do you use? Are you Movie Maker?
No, I use LumaFusion.
LumaFusion. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's whatever you want to use. It's whatever you're comfortable with. If you want to, if you know how to use it, and you can get your point across, that's the one I would use.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think the question answers itself once you get far enough along to be into the world of like advanced audio correction and color grading and graphics works. And once you have hit that point, you're not asking those kinds of questions anymore.
No.
Because one, you probably are just far enough along the path of like a software. So you're just going to stick with what you have and learn how to make it work. But
yeah. Well, that's like where I am with LumaFusion right now. Like I started with LumaFusion because when I started this YouTube thing, I had my iPhone and my iPad, and LumaFusion was the #1 rated mobile editing software for Apple devices. I'm like, oh, okay, great. And with the iPad, it was great. It was just touch and drag, and you could whip up a video, no problem. Now they've expanded and grown and grown and grown, and now that the M1 iMacs have come out, the M1 chip, it now runs LumaFusion on the desktop or the laptop. They have thrown so much crap at that. I haven't even begun to touch the surface of this program yet, of everything that I'm doing. So like you're saying, Matt, you just find something that you're comfortable with using and just go with it, because they all ultimately do the same thing. It's just how they go about doing it that makes sense to the individual using it, right?
The one thing I will say, the one clause that I will throw in is if you're talking about, so like there are certain people that come to mind who are really pushing like a solid career around this thing, right? Like Mad Jack Media comes to mind. I know we're all like aspiring for that, right? But there are these people who are doing like full scale fucking productions when they go out, multiple cameras, this and that.
Yeah.
If you're working towards a career within video production or graphics or media, I think Premiere still, the Adobe world still makes sense for better or worse, because everything plays so well with each other. But you have to be talking about advanced graphics, real understanding of audio, either creation or correction, the color grading and the software that goes with that, the video production itself. Premiere allows you to bring everything together and seamlessly work through the programs in a way that nobody else really does. But you've got to be doing a lot for that to make sense.
But at the same time, like if you don't know a lot about video editing and you all of a sudden
you're not there.
Premiere Pro,
forget
it.
It's super overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, real quick, that was good. Holy moly. Corey, I dropped the thing down if you want to bring that up. So this is my intro that I did. And so a lot of people don't know kind of what it looks like. So every single one of these cuts that you see through there, that's either a camera change or something that's changing. And there's Matt, that's all the green stuff on the top. That's because you taught me the adjustment layers for the color grading, which I'm still terrible at. But I think sometimes people don't see it and they don't understand what goes into it. And this is maybe a little bit different of a visual that people can see, where it's just like, holy hell. So the whole top is all your, excuse me, the whole top is, this is all the video, right? So everything up here is visually what you see. And then everything from this green line and stuff down below, this is all audio. So sound effects and everything that we do, you know, like I had a song, you know, so the grain is just the song. And then there's like the transition from all of this, like the song going into like the actual intro and stuff. It's just,
that's hours worth
it
of
can
work.
get very, oh yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's super fun. But I think people see that and get a little like, you know, I'm going to stop sharing it, but I think people see something like that and they're just like, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. And like, and you were saying, it's like, if I have to learn it, you don't want to do it. Where there might be somebody like, I had no idea. I did two amazing things of actual research in my life. One was how to get Premiere Pro, and the other one is Zoleo versus Garmin. And they were both the exact same thing. Went up to the neighbor Dave and I said, hey, how do you like your Zoleo? He goes, I fucking love it. And I went, guess what? I just got one. And then the same thing, there's another person on here I don't really want to talk about, but I asked and I said, what do you use? And they said, I use Premiere Pro. And it was like 10 minutes later, I'm downloading it. And I dove all in. I was just like, YouTube videos, how do I do this? I dragged this over here? What? And I just learned, like, I've been doing Control K for the cuts. And he's just like, dude, just hit C. Oh, well, that's good.
Well, and here's the complicated thing about Premiere too, right? Like, and we're traveling a little too far into software, but there's like fucking 12 different ways to do any one thing in Premiere, which makes it extra difficult to learn. There is a faster way to do it. However you're doing it, there is a faster way to do it. And that can be the frustrating learning curve about Premiere.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to learn it, but like for me, it comes down to a time thing too. Like
yes.
I don't want to like where I want my channel to go is not where Critter's channel is. It's not where you want yours to go or Tall Man wants his to go. Like I'm just not willing personally to put the amount. I can get what I want out of a simpler system.
And you do, and that's the thing is you don't need to.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm glad you brought CapCut up because I had a number of students when I was teaching video production for high school that were like, Mr. Williams, what about like check out CapCut? And I'm like, listen, we're using, and I had a bit of an elitist thing about like, you're going to learn like a professional software because this is a professional class. And then like by the end of the first year, I was like, fuck, this CapCut thing is dope. Like,
it doesn't. Matt and I have had conversations about that. It's like, dude, I need someone to teach me this.
I always use CapCut. On my phone, CapCut is what I'm going with. If I'm throwing something together on my phone, I'm throwing it together in CapCut. And I pay for the advance or whatever.
For somebody
it's powerful, it's simple.
Yeah. Premiere Pro or DaVinci or one of those higher ones. Like from your basic to that can seem like a big jump. CapCut's a very good gap filler, like in the middle.
Yeah, and
you also talk about the financial commitment to the Premiere Pro world, right? Because
it is fucking expensive.
It's a subscription base, but I also really like it because I get so much with it. You know, I get so many different apps and everything that I can use, and it's and like Matt's saying, if you want to do like a special effect, you can open up, you know, After Effects, and you can create it in After Effects and literally hit a button and it goes boom, right into your project, right? So there's a lot of really cool things about Premiere Pro, but they get you because it's like, oh, you got Premiere. Oh, do you want to use this? Well, that's an upcharge. Do you want to use it? Well, that's an upcharge too. So, you know, it's one of those things. So if you're looking into it, just buy the whole package, pay for it by the year, and you're done with it. Okay, bye.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do live streams, and then I'll use probably CapCut to make shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, makes I have sense. It's funny because
don't use that, dude. Seriously.
Do it.
Opus Clips, dude. That's where it's at.
Opus Clips.
Opus.
If I was doing a multi-person vlog, I would do Opus Clips.
All right. Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
Mm.
The ADHD's kicked in.
Mm.
Question 3. Smooth transition, right?
Me in there. Damn.
All right, this one's pretty quick. How do you feel about music during a riding video? And by a riding video, I mean like, a motorcycle video.
Who would use music in their videos, bro? I mean, come on. Who would do a stupid thing like that?
Okay. Little on the nose, don't you think?
And who would put like in an exciting part, put some just freaking heavy metal into it? What an idiot. What an idiot. Who would do stuff like that?
This is a rabbit hole you've gone down. And then what do you use for music? Are you using the free YouTube stuff? Are you using Epidemic Sound? Then you talk
my God. No, I use sounds. So I use Soundstripe, and I've been very happy with it. But there's been a few other tools recently that I've been learning about, and been able to make some other little tidbits of music. But no, I think if you're making videos, you need to find again, it gets expensive because every time you want to do something, it's a subscription, right? So you got Premiere Pro, and now you've got Soundstripe, for example. You got to pay for that, and then you got to, if you don't pay for it, they're going to reject licenses, right? So you got to make sure you get the right one, to where if you end the account, you could still have your license for the music and stuff. And then I get into these guys that I'm really into, and I'm like, dude, I stalk them on the socials. I'm like, you need more music, give me more music. And then I get more music, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Wink. You might put it in. So
Matt, do you have an affiliate link for Suno.com?
No.
Yeah. Suno's funny, dude.
Can we have
been playing with that Suno. I'm assuming there's an affiliate link for it.
No, I think you have to
sidetrack.
Invite friends.
Yeah.
Just invite.
Shit, I do.
Yeah.
Hold on, shameless promotion.
We've been playing with Suno.com.
It's in the chat, boys and girls.
Oh my God.
Okay, I think we've talked about this in a live before, but present. Share screen. Suno.
Is it time for a pee break?
No.
I think whenever you want, dude. Just go.
No. There's a.
Because he has a
I don't think I've used it yet. Have I? I don't think I've used it yet. So,
unless you did the last live.
This website Suno is a 100% AI start to finish. All you have to do, let's do a run through. Well, no, because it works better on mobile. So at its base, if you download the mobile app, if you try and create so you can do a lot more with the desktop app. I'm really immediately downselling this whole thing. If you just want to punch in an AI prompt, it works better on the mobile app, is my point. Here you have to enter like actual lyrics, or you can do this full song thing and then read the lyrics. It gets complicated. So like, Corey, give me a prompt.
Are we talking whole genre and stuff like that?
You're taking too long. Go for Critter, give me a prompt.
Country music about an electric car.
Okay.
Listen, if Beyonce can win country music album of the year, you can't
It's
do
something about. Yeah, it's gonna be something about.
Right. So write lyrics.
Your electric truck is gonna be leaving you instead of braking, or your.
This isn't my program where you guys.
We're just gonna select an option. Right. So it wrote it for me. Oh, style of music. So I have to come down here and enter country music. Stay with me, guys. Good stuff is worth taking a second. All right. So that was it, right? We didn't do anything except punch some words in. It makes the music. It writes the lyrics. It creates an AI voice.
In 10 seconds or less.
Yeah. Like, we're still waiting. It's finalizing.
There's that 10-second mark again. Way to keep the bar up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I got to keep that bar low.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then this is shared, so it should work. Everybody give me a thumbs up on audio. Yeah. It just built me a song.
Rolling down these dusty lanes.
I'd like to remind you there's an invite link from Tall Man Moto, you get 250 free credits. Suno.com/invite/@tallmanmoto. How great is this? Now, this might not be the best example.
Past the old gas station sign.
So what's cool is it always gives you two different versions of the same lyrics. So something maybe a little slower, something a little faster, slightly different voices. You always get two versions of the same song to pick from.
Rolling down these dusty lanes, an electric hum beneath my feet. Silent nights and sun.
Yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's neat. You got to play with it and kind of dial in like what you're prompting it to do. So if you pay for, there's like a year subscription or whatever, which I immediately decided, yep, I'm just going to go for it. You can enter your own lyrics. So insider tip, if you have ChatGPT, oh dog. If you have ChatGPT, I would play the two against each other. And I would have ChatGPT write your lyrics, drop it into Suno, and then have Suno make the song. But that's my own next level, what I'm playing with currently. So that's Suno while we're talking about music in videos. And then just one more time, because it turns out that is a thing. Invite friends. Let me copy that link. Invite link is in the comments. Let's just share those free credits, guys.
Question number...
I don't know. Oh, we were talking about music in the thing. Did we have thoughts in the comments about that? Oh, we got really sidetracked into who is using what. Man, I think that's Carrie Underwood. No, we're not. It's the wrong channel. We're not talking about Carrie Underwood here. That's a Dork in the Road reference. Very obscure. It's one of my favorite edits I've ever done on his stupid videos. Oh, Crashy's here. Hi, Bod.
Yeah, what did he just walk in on?
Who even knows? At least it wasn't the extended poll situation. Oh, man. When is your first music video dropping? Don't you worry, buddy. I have curated my own delicious... No, that's not true. Critter Moto curated my own delicious song that I'm making a music video to. And it is very much so a love story between a man and his motorcycle. So don't you worry.
Should I be jealous?
Oh, you're going to be there for the filming and as an extra in the background.
Come on. I'm wearing you on my shirt.
You can look longingly.
Longingly.
Really? Nobody's going to make a riding joke? All right, question number 4.
I got to see how this works.
To loop back to whoever it was, which made the very insightful statement about a story. Does it need a plot? Do you prefer a video where someone's just... My brain got way ahead of me. Do you prefer videos
you
where
just
someone
went on full pause.
is going somewhere, either an adventure or they're going camping, maybe going on a specific route, or just a video of just riding? Is that good enough?
It depends.
Right?
I think
A plot has a beginning, a middle, and end. So they're going somewhere. So plot's a very loose word, but it fits the technical definition of going to somewhere.
Owen.
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's like so many variables to those answers.
Yep.
Like if 400,000 people watch a video of me just riding, like it's a good video. If 20 watch a video where I'm on a route, like it's not a good video.
I will tell you the videos where I actually think about it and put kind of, the storybook, beginning, middle, and end together actually do a little bit better.
Yeah.
Quite a bit better.
I think that's probably correct. Yeah.
That's a good question. Maybe for us is where do we see more interaction, views, whatever?
Yeah.
I personally don't want to watch a 30-minute video of a camera behind a handlebar just riding down a trail.
I think that to really answer that, pick a topic and go research the videos.
Yeah.
On that topic. I researched a particular video that I did, and when I was researching other videos kind of in that area, I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. These are terrible. I don't want to watch them because it's just like, oh, we're going from here to here. And it's just exactly that. It's just a dude with a camera on his handlebar that's just freaking, shaking and everything. It's not even in stabilization and it's just going and there's nothing. I'm like, are we going to talk? Are we going to do what? And I found like a slew of those in this particular niche. And I was just, oh boy, those aren't video. I mean, if we don't want to watch them, we shouldn't create it that way, right?
Right.
Hey, look, beer. It got really quiet.
So yes and no, because like it depends on what you're putting the YouTube video up for. Like, are you putting it up for the views, like for the algorithm, or are you putting it up? Because I'll use myself for an example. Like anybody that follows me on Instagram knows that like my page has literally become a slave to the algorithm. And now it's just full of short clips with catchy hooks, and like it's what works. A lot of people like it. I get a lot of good comments on it, but like that's what works. But it doesn't anymore show much of me like on a trip specifically. Like that backdrop for 6 to 10 seconds can be almost anything. So I might put videos on YouTube at some point, and I probably will because it's cool to go back and rewatch like that 2 or 3 or 5 minute section of a trip and be like, oh shit, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because it's a good spot to do that, right? That you don't need to save the videos on SD cards forever. Like you just put them on YouTube.
Yeah, Carl's hitting it out of the park right there. And then this is the comment, like, Critter, there's a video for you to do right there. That Carl, put that back up, Corey. We're getting ready to talk about that. This would be a great video for you to do, is the North Island 1000.
It would be a great video. It's just unfortunate the North Island 1000 is still bloody boring.
But you can make it not boring, right? Because the area.
It wouldn't be if we made it. If we made it not boring, it wouldn't be the North Island 1000.
I think you could showcase it without being boring.
Right. We could showcase some stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that would be the kind of video you'd probably want to have shorter clips in, and maybe some stops along the way where you point out the highlights and you talk about them, right? So you're doing probably a little more talking off the bike than you are on.
Yeah.
And music about the North Island.
The North Island 1000. Yeah.
It's just like Sasquatches and black bears.
Sasquatches and bears. Oh my.
That's right.
Oh, I was muted. That explains why nobody was answering my fucking question.
That'll do it.
What is the North Island 1000?
And with that, we're out. Bye, everybody.
The North Island 1000 is a route that was put together some time ago, and many people have had their hands into it. And basically, where Get Lost Find Yourself is basically a spoke on the end of a spoke of a circle that does basically 1,000 Ks around the North Island. The downside, I mean, it's fun. It's people enjoy it.
For the rest of you.
Yeah, 600 miles for the Americans. But I mean, it's fun. People enjoy it. They get a little sticker after you're done. It's kind of like a little BDR thing. The downside to the North Island 1000 is there's multiple stretches of that where it's 4 service road. And if you just stop and take a right or take a left, you will see a beautiful lake. You will see majestic falls. You will see an epic freaking vista. The North Island 1000 was developed with a BDR mentality of let's just get it done fast. So it's your fastest route to see the North Island. Basically, it's kind of like bragging rights, right? Oh, I did it in 5 days. Oh, I did it in 6 days.
It's like an iron butt.
Well, not really. No, it's an established adventure route, and You got to plan it out.
I just mean the like doing it to like go to get it done concept.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
no.
you get a sticker for it. Yay!
I wouldn't be into that.
And then, this can be something you can
fart on the roses.
Here can be a thing and another topic that we can even bring up is you can do something like that, Critter, and you don't even have to do the whole thing at once, but you can just, since you're up there, you know, we can be like, oh, here's a section, whatever, however they break it down. I don't know. But you can say like, here's this, but you can also put a Latin long in, for example, and be like, this spot right here.
Go here.
Make sure you take the left on this road, and I'm going to show you why. And then you're at that lake. You're at the viewpoint. You are at something that is epic, that it can take the, you know, the North Island 1000 and turn it into the epic, you know, North Island 1025, right?
Yes, but
hey, bud.
Is that what you're doing during a North Island 1000 is stopping to look at all the side roads? Or you're hauling ass to get it done?
Well, I think it just depends on the rider, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe a rider is going to be, I just want the bragging rights and they just want to bang it out. But I think other people are there for an adventure and maybe they don't have quite a tight time frame.
Oh, so this isn't like an established event, like
no, it's not. It's an established.
Okay,
you can go to their website and download the track, and away you go.
Yeah,
it's basically
got a super valid point then.
Yeah, for lack of a better term, it is BDR for North Vancouver Island.
Got it. I was thinking it sounds like it's like an event that everybody shows up for. Okay.
No. It's a ride that multiple people
I've got a question
throughout the year.
I've got a question for you guys here, right? And maybe other people that are on the chats can chime in on this too. I'm sure Critter, you know, I'm sure everybody here has had this exact comment, but I worry about it. And I've had a couple videos where people are like, dude, where is that? Can I get the track? You know, how come you don't put where you're at on it? You know, so like, for example, my Nestucca video, somebody really wanted to know where the headwaters were, but I'm not going to put the headwaters of a big river on there. I don't know if people really should be flocking and, you know, going to something like that. But I've thought before I could drop my Gaia link down into the comments, right? And just track my ride for that video, drop it into the link. And I've thought about that. And I've actually had one kind of copied and paste a while ago, like a long time ago, but I stopped and I didn't do it. And I haven't done it because I worry about the liability, right? So now I'm out there doing, hey, you know, this is a rad ride, everybody. How you doing? Here's my track. Go ride it yourself. I don't want to ride into somebody going out there and pulling a Travis or something and then coming back on me. Well, I just rode this because of you and I wrote it how you wrote it. Or, you know, I thought you wrote it slow. I wrote it how I want to write it, you know, something like that. So what do you guys think about, you know, the liability aspect of putting tracks down?
Oh, listen, man, I'm a dumbass. So if you're going to go try and do what I'm doing, like, one, you're probably going to do it better, but you make your own decisions in life. Like, and I will stand in front of a courtroom and I'll probably win because I'm really good at making people sound dumb sometimes. And be like, listen, like this man's trying to sue me because he watched a YouTube video and fell on rocks. And now I'm like, what are we talking about right now? Like, grown man? Yes, grown man.
Judge, can you bring up my about page on
it says right here,
I'm
idiot stumbling through the woods, and he thought it was a good idea, and now he's showing me. Judge, come on. Judge, come on.
No.
I don't.
Yeah. That kind of.
But here's the thing. To extend, sorry, Chris, real quick, to extend that thought into another thing. So, ironically, in the stupidest possible fucking place I think that it could have happened, I got blown up on Facebook for mentioning Tyee, which is like one of the most well-known places in the Plain Washington area to go ride. That and Sugarloaf, they're like kind of the same area.
They give out 1,700 other riders when you go to
right? Yeah, everybody's got it.
I said that it was Tyee, and this one fucking dude, and I love me a good troll on Facebook, just tried to like me. You're fucking posting this now. Everybody's going to show up there. First of all, asshole, obviously you've never been there because not a lot of people are making it to the top of this goddamn thing. That shit was not easy. Even, and I know he was lying, but even Tim was like, that was not easy. I know it was easy for Tim because Tim's a crazy good rider. But I don't know, man. It's a toss-up. Like, I understand the concept of not wanting to flood a zone and have people ruin it. I think this is where, to sideline a little bit, it's important to create the community because that's how you find rides. Reach out to people, talk to people one-on-one if you want to know where something is. Don't expect somebody to just post it along with their video. Take the time, reach out, make a new friend, and then ask them to take them with you. Take you with them. Like, or, hey man, I live in the area, been watching your Instagram, whatever. Where's that spot that you rode that place? I don't know.
So I'm going to add one thing here real quick. As Parallel Camper just put up, as a Parallel Camper rider, I would like to duplicate your routes. If it's interesting, I don't need the exact route, but at least highway numbers and major landmarks. So one of the things that I actually kind of already do is I will ride by a U.S. Forest Service road number, you know, or I will be on a highway and get that sign going by. They're like we said before, they're like little hidden gems, but I do that kind of purposely so you kind of can figure out the area. But I don't know. It just goes, maybe I should just put a track down and just go with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
See how that goes.
In Canada, we got like 2 roads up here.
Well, yeah. You know,
you go ahead and post everything you're riding.
Yeah.
Literally one highway to get to. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. And then for me, you know, being on Vancouver Island, if it's a hidden gem, I don't share that at all because we don't need the influx of people to the hidden gems. If I'm riding a route that is on a backroads map book that any freaking 12-year-old can buy at a gas station, hey, no problem. This is where I'm at. This is the lake. This is such and such a river, whatever. I mean, if anybody who watches my videos never knows I never know where I am anyways. So I can't really tell you where I'm at. But back to Ian's point about liability, I think that kind of plays into another sort of category of we are putting ourselves out in the public eye. We do need to behave responsibly to an extent. And this goes to a rant video that I made, and Ian knows the exact freaking thing that set me off on this one. And so I think us as creators have a certain responsibility to, I don't know, I guess put your best foot forward at all times, and keep in the back of our mind that there will be something there will be some people that maybe think you're just the best thing since sliced bread, and I want to do exactly what you just did, right? So
yeah, that kind of goes to, like you were saying, put your best foot forward, right? So we don't, you know, sometimes the cameras are off and things are a little bit different, not night and day, but you know, I think for me, I'm very conscious of, you know, if I'm on a single track versus a gravel road, I'll let loose more on a gravel travel than I will on, say, a single track or a not well traveled 2-track, for example, because I'm trying to preserve a little bit more of what the nature is. I'd rather just ride over and continue to have beauty rather than, it's just hard for me to say sometimes, but not throwing those roosters, not being so brappy, you know? So it's also one of those things where we put out a video and, like, whether we like it or not, you put that video out, whether it gets 1 view or 1 million views, you know, you are setting an example for the viewers of you, and maybe possibly to somebody that's new, I'm just going to go out and spin the back tire the entire time and be like, oh, don't want to do that, you know?
Oh, yeah. Treat nature with respect and don't be a fucking dick. That goes with landmarks and gates. And
I just talked for 1 minute. And he summed it up in a sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's its own thing, right? Like, we are all stewards of the land that we are getting to use, and we're not going to get into a whole conversation about a lot of different things, but just treat nature with fucking respect, guys. Don't go out there and be a complete asshole. Yes, we're on bikes. Yes, sometimes it's fun to kick a little dirt up. But yeah, don't go destroy trails. Don't go be a dick and fuck up landmarks or do shit just for a photo because you think it's cool. You're not a fucking Instagram king or queen. Stop.
I've got no problem sharing the locations of any epic Best Westerns I stand.
That was the one thing I was going to say
We'll
is
point to the Google reviews.
Yeah, that is one thing I was going to say is to some extent we are all entitled to a little bit of privacy on some of the things that we find, ride, and enjoy is because we went out and we found them and we rode them and we enjoy them. And so certain campsites, certain trails, there are certain things that those are ours.
Camp?
Yeah. Well, that's Camp River Meth now, but
River Beer. Yeah.
It was once Camp River Beer, but now it's Camp River Meth.
I've got Critter.
Those are
there are people that know our epic campsite that we stayed at the day before the big wreck.
That's right.
There are people that know that, but that's not one I want to give away.
Yeah.
Those
are you want to know
freaking amazing.
You want to know what those are as a viewer? Reach out, become my friend, and ride with me.
Exactly.
That's how you're gonna find it.
Right there. Yeah. Yeah, and it goes to your community building, right? Like
because 100%. I want people out at those campsites that I know. You know why? So if I go out and it's fucking got somebody in it, I know I can camp there.
Yes,
right.
I will roll up and I will camp with strangers. It's just more awkward for them. No, that's not entirely true. I will bring strangers into my campsite. I won't camp with strangers.
Is that when the beer comes out or the meth?
But it depends on who I'm rolling up on, I guess.
Yeah, when the meth comes out, then it gets weird.
No, I will never camp with somebody who's already established. That would be a dick move. But I will always invite, especially if it's somebody on a bike, I will always invite them and be like, hey, bro, no, come camp with me. Like, let's hang out. That's how I have met at least 3 different people that I know now.
I'm gonna disagree with that one because we will roll up to a site and there'll be somebody there and I'm like, I'll be flipping it. And then Matt's like rolling up, starts the conversation.
Yeah. Corey's much more of an introvert than I am, but I have to grab the back of his bike and be like, hey, come back here. Come back here.
This is horrible. Just drone footage.
I just remember that time I was camping at Giant Loop and it was about 3:00 in the morning and all of a sudden this guy crawls into my tent and hi, I'm Tall Man Moto. Can I camp beside you?
Yeah, that's exactly
what do you want to bring up,
happened.
Ian?
Just bring up that window that I'm sharing.
Oh,
this is Critters and I hidden. This is just raw drone footage, but non-color graded, nothing. But this was like our epic camp spot.
Yeah, I could have stayed there for weeks, dude.
Dude,
that's a great spot.
It was, oh my god, epic.
In what state is this? Oregon?
I don't know.
This is Oregon, yeah.
I don't know where it's at.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea where it's at. I've never seen it.
I think it was in Montana, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Florida.
If you've ever been in South Dakota, it's nowhere near.
South Dakota, yeah.
It's nowhere near.
I have the delay. I've tried to turn it off, turn the drone off, clear it off, and now it's being played on the delay, and I'm still trying. Wait,
because you're looking at the wrong monitor.
Whatever. So anyways, hi, I'm here all night.
All right, to loop back to what the hell were we talking about? Does it need a plot?
No, yeah, we're back to that.
That's where we were. I'm just making sure that we're somewhat on track. I'm trying to check
the
comments.
Were there some answers there?
Yeah, let's look at some comments.
If you have a destination, if you're
I'm sorry, Brittany, this was 30 minutes ago that you posted this year.
Nobody should be surprised. I apologize to no one.
If you're doing a route or if you have a
crashed as in slept or crashes and crashed. No, and it was the day before my dad's and I freaking little whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Crashy Moto said he crashed there.
Yeah, he did. He knows where it is. There's a couple people that actually know where that's at. And it's an epic spot.
Yeah.
Tall man, come down. We'll go. All you guys.
Having a plot, I think, depends on the style of what one is creating. What's the purpose? To tell a story, to bring on the laughs, engagement, inspiration, etc. Yeah. And a plot, I mean, plot is such a loose word, right? Like we're literally just talking about something more than just, I'm going to ride through the woods. That's the same thing the whole time. A plot says, I'm going somewhere, I'm doing something.
Yeah. A plot could even be a topic. Like maybe it is just a ride and a rant video or something that's on your mind you want to talk about. That's your plot.
Yeah. Plot is a very loose word here, guys. We're not talking about fucking Steven Spielberg showing up directing one of my motovlogs.
Doing locations.
I'd send him away and tell Quentin Tarantino to come back.
I think too, it also, you can turn something into a plot, right? Because as motovloggers, we might want to go into an area that we may loosely know, but we really don't know what we're going to get ourselves into, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go out there and you run the cameras and you hope for the best, and you keep being mindful of shots and your surrounding areas, and you go and you try to create something that's kind of cool without really knowing what the day is going to be like. Right. Yeah. We've all gone out to areas. We're like, going that way. Let's go. Come with me, guys. Right. But I think we've also all done videos to where it's very more thoughtful. It's preparation. It's research. It's, I got to hit this. And then you start thinking like, I'm going to go here. So here's kind of the shots that I'm looking for, or whatever. So I think there's a lot of different kinds of videos. And I think the plot is going to be based on what is your purpose of that day or days of shooting it, like I think a good example is like your Oregon video, right? Like you're writing, where you're going, you have this loose agenda of where you're going, and you kind of know what you're going to see, but you don't know, point A and point B, but you don't know anything in between.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
You don't know that dash. So that dash is actually really exciting to go out and try to film. Boy, I feel like I'm just yakking too much. I'm sorry. I just feel like that is kind of the two versions of motovlogging, right? Like we're going to just go and see what's up, or we're going to sit down and do research on the video that where you think, I'm just going to go ride. And the next thing you know, you have literally 12 pages of notes and shot boards in it. Who does a thing like, oh wait, that's my next video I'm going out filming. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, where you just do research history. So hi, Matt.
Speaking of shot boards, question 5. Corey, do we have any other comments to cover?
No.
Multiple cameras. How do we feel like? How do we feel like about multiple cameras? So, as a viewer, do you want to see the person talking to you, that backwards camera towards the talker, or do you just want a helmet camera? Do you like having a 360 camera? As a viewer, and then as a content creator, and I know they kind of go hand in hand, but primarily, I think everybody loves a good 360 camera. Go for Owen.
So the 360 cameras are awesome for getting multiple views in one shot, but in my opinion, you have to be careful how you use them in the video, because the 360 content can become very gimmicky. So if you say you zoom out too far and all of a sudden you've got that like fisheye effect, like that can be cool for a little bit, but it can be over.
No more Tiny Planet.
But that being said, like I can still take that camera, like I've got a couple of them, and whether I mount it on my helmet or I mount it on the bike, and I can still get 2 very high quality, literally 8K shots now with, like your standard, like crop, like high quality, like bike shots. Yeah. So it's super handy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's first 3, right? First person, third person, and drone.
Watch the fingers. Watch the fingers. Says the guy that's been swearing through half.
Yeah. Yeah. So first person, third person, and drone. That's what I like to see when I watch videos. And that's what I try to do with mine.
I even like to use, and you guys have all seen it, like my 360 cameras as that like first person point of view camera, because that allows me to get that perfect point of view shot all the time. It's a little more work in the editing end, but
so I guess I want to add a question to this for everybody. is, I don't put my camera on my chin, and I think we all understand and heard that story 1,000 times, right? So now it's on top of my helmet, and it looks stupid, but it is what it is. So I've been playing with the angle, right? So do you, as a viewer, do you care about the motorcycle, or do you just care about what's coming up? Because as that first point of view, as I'm riding down the road, do you just want to just see the road coming at you and
as a
change
viewer,
camera
I
angle?
want to see the bike.
Yeah. Or do you want it angled down a little bit where you can kind of see the windscreen and maybe the display? And sometimes I'm a little worried about the speed because I'm doing 70 miles an hour on a gravel road, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing this. But
just blur out the speedometer.
Slow it down.
I will zoom past that in it. I'm like, I'm going way too fucking fast. I gotta zoom this in. But is that, I assume that's probably more what people want to see is, right?
As a viewer, I'm kind of split between the chin mount and the chest mount. I like a high chest mount, honestly, more because I see more of the bike.
I think does that lose some of the scenery coming at you, where the bike is more prevalent?
It totally
depends on
the camera.
It depends on the rider too.
Yes,
and
that's why I use the 360.
Yeah, I mean, Corey, all you're going to see is fuel tank, and all you're going to see is space.
I was going to say, not to make a tall, short joke, but it depends on the size of the rider. If Corey's riding with a chest mount, you're not going to see any of the fucking trail. Like, the reality,
I can barely see through the windscreen, so yeah, you're not going to see shit unless
you're not
I put it up on the top of my head.
If I did a chest mount, it would look like it was mounted on the top of Corey's helmet. Like, it's you gotta take the angle of the camera into the view. I prefer the chin mount.
I love using the 360 camera right here.
Well, that's not going to change up down view though.
Yeah,
so if
you can change the way
if you have the 360 camera mounted on your chest, you can't lift it up over the dash panel on the windscreen. So that's what we were saying. But yeah, in every other way, I don't know that I could edit I don't have the patience, to be clear, to edit just 360 camera as a primary. But yeah, that offers fuck all of possibilities. Like, just anything you really want to do. You want to flip over the side? Got it. You want to go up here, down there, fucking everywhere? Yeah. It's a great idea. No fucking way I would have the patience to sit there and do
Definitely more time on the editing.
Yeah.
For sure.
But the possibilities is ridiculous. As long as you're not small man motor-sized.
So just as what I'm seeing, everybody just slamming the comments, put the bike in it. So that's good information.
Show some
bike.
Definitely
good information.
Yeah, you definitely feel more like you're on a ride with the rider when you can see a bit of the bike.
Well, I tell you what, it's up to her on the day, because if she's having a good hair day, I can actually film the bike. But other than that, she starts bitching and complaining at me, and we have to have conversations. So, who knows?
When I'm sitting, you can see the bike. As soon as I stand, you lose it, right? But it doesn't always need to be in there. But 100%, I'm going to want to see some of the bike as a viewer. That's because that's part of a little bit, like, think about it too. This is something that I always try and keep in mind. When are people watching my videos when they're not riding? Why are they watching my videos? Because they want to be fucking riding. So show the bike.
I watched one of yours while I was riding. It didn't work.
I don't recommend watching my videos while riding. 100% not a good idea.
Well, we tried.
The two guys down here at the bottom were watching videos while we're truck driving. So
listening to, legally speaking.
Anyways, with that, everybody.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No.
Okay, I'm going to grab water. It's not a pee break. I'm just grabbing water.
Okay, good. Thank God he's gone. So we can actually talk what we want to talk about now, right? Now that the director's gone. I think there's been some really good comments coming up about the angles and stuff. So I've kind of been watching it. So, yeah, I really appreciate that.
Like the view that the Naked Kayak is talking about. It's a good view. It's in the short term, it can be used, but in the long term, I think for me personally, it's just my opinion, that falls into the gimmicky category. In order to zoom out to the point where you can see the rider and the bike, you're getting that fisheye effect. Like you see 360
Right.
warp on the outside of
Yeah,
your video.
yeah. It's just a little clip of that, just a flash, and then wow, that's cool. And yeah,
Reverse camera too.
Yeah, that's a 1 or 2 B-roll cutaway shot.
It's great to use when you're riding with groups, because if you've got people behind you and you want some like quality B-roll, like have an Insta 360 sticking up behind you.
I just put a camera on the back of my bike
Or
because
that.
I don't have the 360, so I haven't screwed around with it, but it's generally I got a clamp and I'll put the clamp wherever, I don't know. I just put it and bink. I can control the cameras off my handlebar on the apps, so I just hit the button and just go try to get something.
I've broken 3 of them crashing.
She is freaking in the comments, kids.
This one stirred up some interest.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I used to. I've got the 360, which I need to be better about using. I'm going to be better about using this year. And then the chin mount.
Dude, every time I hear chin mount, I just freaking go into a panic.
Why?
I can't. I just cannot do the chin mount, man. I got the scar right here. Yeah. 2 surgeries and a scar. We're not doing a chin mount anymore.
That snag, boom. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got pictures of that. You want to bring that up? We'll probably get kicked off Facebook,
don't crash. Duh.
YouTube. Wouldn't that be nice? But you do know who I am, right? I went out in the snow today, rode around. It was pretty rad.
I did. I saw that on Insta. Cursing out the bike for going out and playing in the snow.
Okay.
She has a mind of her own, man. I got to tell you, we're starting to get this relationship going, but
there's definitely some, there's some marriage vibes there.
It's shuttered a little bit. You need some crash.
We're just starting to date, We'll see what goes on. She gets a little lippy when I walk away from the bike and try to.
Okay. No, the feel I'm getting like a couple years in, the kind of vibes from that.
Oh, maybe. Matt.
Can we bring it back, gentlemen?
No.
Okay. Before it runs off the rails, this is it. This is the last thing. And this is really a plug for all of us. So we've had all these conversations. One thing I do really want to point out to everybody watching, because we've referenced it a few different times, though. I threw this in halfway through, and I was like, this is smart. Here's the thing, is I want to talk just real quick about this whole like and subscribe and share thing that we talk about. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's really how YouTube knows, more than you just watching it, that like, hey, this is decent stuff. And it's how these guys really trying to make a career out of it. Like, it's how they're able to do that. Take the time, be like, hey, dope video, man. Nice. That's it. Hit the little stupid thumbs up button. It's not a lot of work, and it really helps. It just helps grow the channel. We put the time and the hard work and the effort in to make the video. Do us a quick solid and just hit that stupid little thumb button or comment and be like, hey, funny video, guy. Liked when you crashed. That was neat.
One word goes a long ways.
One word.
Like, fantastic. Just say fantastic on everybody's videos. That was fantastic.
Suddenly Pancakes is recommended for every single video. I know. Ironically, I forgot how good it is to be able to fucking hyper focus. Guys, this is the most unchained my ADHD's been in a long time. I forgot about the superpower of the hyper focus. It's just sort of been like middle. I think I'm just gonna let it go for a while.
I think I've been
fucking luck everybody at work.
Tonight I've been pushing you off track more than I've been keeping you on track.
I know, I'm dialed in. Well, it's also because I'm fucking stone sober for a week. Not that I'm like a heavy alcoholic. I just haven't touched nicotine. Well, I had coffee this morning finally, but caffeine or alcohol for a straight week. I'm like a whole new man.
Yeah, debatable.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Flu.
I love the product placement too. Just chugging down the
it's
cup.
Fucking and straight water now.
Hey, by the way, did you get my message about the Toque winner?
Yeah, let's just go off chain. Yeah, it was the Alaska what's her face.
Okay, just wanna make sure you got it.
Yeah. Does it have address?
Yeah.
I'm fucking backed up. I gotta send so much shit out. I'm so
And
bad.
you've
That's
been-
why I stopped doing giveaways until I get caught up because I get behind.
To be fair, you've been sick
But
as
you're gonna get shit, guys. Don't worry. Wait, what did you say?
I can't believe nobody went with the Letterkenny on that. To be fair,
To be fair. To be fair.
To be fair.
okay.
Allegedly.
I feel more clear now. Allegedly. Uh-oh.
Trolls are
We're gonna
engagement
start
too.
charging you guys 25% extra.
Trolls are engagement too.
I love me a good troll.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So some of the best reels, like like for trolls, like I've had some reels that have been kind of controversial, and like that have just completely popped off because people have gone on. I've blocked more people. Like some of them, if you go down through the comments, and there's hundreds of them, you will see like a "Bye Felicia" gif like every 10 comments. Because that's somebody I'm just blocking because I'm like, yeah, you're gone, you're done, you're done. Like but they help because they comment, and I've watched arguments like just I'm not even involved, and I've watched like 3 or 4 people have a complete political agreement or disagreement on one of my reels, and it helps.
Yeah, the more comments, the better.
Yeah.
Like, let them run for a minute or two.
Yep,
Like,
just let 'em go.
okay.
Oh, I know. I did almost the same thing. I had a lawyer on that was talking about what to do when you get pulled over by a police officer. And then I had like one of those, like, I'm a sovereign nation guy. And they just were like, just going back and forth. Like the comment was a cop and that guy. And it was just bad. I was like, let it go, guys. I love it. Keep going. Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, hold on. I'm gonna start that one. We're gonna get to that.
No, I was get ready to start it.
Yeah.
So my good buddy
Naked Kayak's
Naked
comment
Kayak
there.
says, so oddly
It's a
with a
good one.
lot of you guys' videos, what I really like is not the writing part, but the hanging out after and before, the writing part. Hanging out after and before, and during in the conversations and kind of getting to know you as individuals. I'm guessing he's using like type to text or swipe to text because he's an incredibly smart man. Forgive him.
But that plays
all
into
of
that
those,
whole
which it really
community
plays
thing,
into
right?
this second thing of
Yeah,
you should misspell a word on
100%.
your video slide. You'll get a bunch of comments correcting you. So maybe he's helping me boost my numbers.
I'll drive by reader boards at stores and they will misspell something. It just cringes me and I want to stop. And I know it's just a marketing thing.
Yeah, it's the journalist in me. Sir, ma'am, person,
Please
fix this fucking shit.
change that apostrophe. Whatever.
Please do. Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is, and I've been preaching about this for a minute, right? Like, I really took a hard left hook, probably 2 years ago now. Well, it was a year and a half ago. It was after starting these lives. Really, I started really finding that sense of community within this ADV world. And I looked at the level of work that it takes to like turn this into a real thing. And I was like, I don't necessarily want to do all that, mainly because for me, what I realized was I would lose the spirit of enjoying it. And I would lose the enjoyment of building this community that I've been building, that we've been building. But like I've built this pretty cool little live community. Like there's a lot of similar people that show up every month for the lives, and that's totally okay because I show up here to hang out with everybody in the comments and talk about stuff like, I mean, we all know this is the most official live I've had in a fucking minute. Like normally it's just off the rails and fun and we talk about stuff and I get stupid and sidetracked and everybody enjoys that, and that's fine with me because it's fun. But the community within this is just so cool.
Yeah, that's the biggest
I fucking
part.
love it, man.
Yeah, dude. I agree with that 100%.
Oh, what a sweet dog. Can we all just everybody shut up for a second? Just all of us get out of here. What a cute dog. Okay, That was it. That moment brought to you by Owen's dog. Hold on, I gotta move us all back to where we were.
This is Bear.
I gotta keep the group organized.
Bear, good name.
It's ironic seeing the other one I have.
There we
Looks way more like a bear.
Bear?
Yeah.
Did
The
No,
black
no,
one?
no,
you
no.
live in the big blue house?
You gotta keep these two next to each other. Otherwise they get frisky. Oh, what a sweet little boy. Corey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's where he likes to be. That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't want to do the work. I want to be on bottom. Andrea, where are you?
Dirty
I'm watching it
Destination
over here.
says, I still get that, Tall Man. I enjoy the community, making my content and sharing. If it hit by my standards, it's awesome. If not, no worries. I enjoy the adventure and creative process for me. Yeah.
100%.
I do
Oh,
have,
nice.
so all of this said, and big fucking surprising curveball as I'm gauging content for Tour Tech, but I am doing an editing presentation for Tour Tech. And that's one of the things that I was going to talk about, actually. He says, if it hits by my standards, it's awesome. So one of the things that I will do if I do a bit that I think is funny, I will watch it 5 times. If I'm not laughing by the 3rd or 4th time, I don't know why I wiggled fingers because those are not 3rd or 4th. But if I'm not laughing by the 3rd or 4th time, I'll pitch it. But if I'm still giggling at myself the 4th and 5th time that I watch it, it's probably worth putting out into the world. Does anyone else have this rating scale in their own version?
I watch, so before I put out a video, I'm guaranteed to watch probably the whole thing 3 to 5 times.
So this is, for me, I'm talking specifically, like if I do I don't know, like our fucking adventure pooping thing that was a short, but that Tour Tech fell apart in filming, so it never saw the light of day. But like when I'm talking specific, well, you don't really do specific bits though, I guess.
No.
Maybe just like a filming montage or like a sequence, something specific within the video that you're like, do you have like a number of replays that you watch to make sure that it's solid, or do you just do it all?
I can't say I've actually tried to create anything like that, so I probably couldn't tell you. We don't have a number.
Okay. Critter.
Well, if I'm creating a reel for Instagram, I'll watch it once or twice before it goes up. But like we mentioned before in our little side chat there in our community, I'm way OCD when it comes to my full-length videos. And I'll watch that video on my phone, on my computer, on the television, on the theater. I'll let it sit for a couple of days, then I'll watch it again. And I do all of this before it goes public. So I upload it to YouTube go through all the process of watching it, all the clips as you're building it, 8 hours, 10 hours to build the video. And then once it's done, you'll upload it to YouTube privately. Then I'll watch it 5, 6, 7, 8 times, make sure everything's perfect, have to go back and edit something. And even still, mistakes get through, and then it goes public. So yeah.
Short form, like reels, I'm just at a fucking point.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fuck it points about 4 times through.
I'm pickier with the long form videos because I don't have as many long form videos. And when I'm editing at that point, like I do have an idea in my head of what I want the end content to look like. The reels that I post every day, when I'm just looking for ideas, scrolling, and I come up with something, I just eventually I get to the point where I'm just like, fuck it, that's what's going on.
Ian, you're a bits guy. You like to do some bits. When you have those small sections that you're like, is this going to play out as an entertaining thing? Do you have a standard, or you just sort of include it in the overall review process?
Yes, both actually. I think I do have the giggly part. I don't think it's the laughing, but if I'm still editing it and putting things together and I'm giggling as I'm doing it, then I know it's something that I really want to put out. Right. With the long form videos that I do, it's kind of the same thing. I don't have like a template, like I'm going to watch it this many times, because sometimes you put something together and you watch it 1 or 2 times and you're like, this is good, go. Other times you're like, all right, I'm going to sit on this. I don't know. I have a feeling there's just something weird about it. And then, well, I just cut out 2 minutes of this video on things I didn't need. Right. But it was a fresh look the next day. I don't really have it. Sometimes I hit the publish button and it goes up to the tubers and I'm like, yes. And other times I'm like, oh God, I should have done this, should have done that. But it once it's up, it's up. Time to move on. Right. So I don't know. I don't really have the template, but sometimes I will be very nervous to try something new and put it up. You know, I did something like that pretty recently where I was like, I don't know if this is too long. I don't know if this is funny. I laughed the whole time, but I don't know. And then it got some pretty positive feedback, and I was like, okay.
We're our own worst critics, though.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah.
We're our
100%.
worst critic.
Yeah, that's why I have my rule of 5. If by the third time I'm like, like my favorite thing that I ever did, which is funny because it's one of my least watched videos, was going through Idaho on that Idaho series that I did. And it's this, and I think why it's so funny to me is it's so legitimate. I had actually forgot that the camera was fucking running until like halfway through. But I'm like, just on this whole thing, just riding down pavement, trying to remember the fucking song, which I couldn't even tell you now, about fucking Purple Mountain's Majesty and Golden Grains and shit, the America song. And I was like legitimately just entertaining myself, trying to figure out the fucking lyrics because I was riding by Golden Grains. And then halfway through, I was like, is the fucking camera rolling? And I was like, oh, yeah, it is. Okay, well, let's just keep doing this. But I don't know. I thought it was fucking, every time I watch that, I crack myself up. And that's one of my favorite things I've ever done. And it's so stupid. But I must have watched that 7 or 8 times because I was like, this is just so fucking dumb. Like, it's dumb. But I think it's funny.
You got to put up.
I'll send it to people
I really
too.
think those are the things that you got to put up because it shows that we are us. You know, I think it brings out more of our personality when we're doing stupid stuff. You know,
yeah, that one for me.
How many
too
times have we been going and you're like, oh, the camera's on, and you vlog, and then you go to hit stop, and it turns the camera on, and you're like,
oh, but yeah.
You know, when you realize that those moments when you realize something like that, you got to leave it in.
I don't know what you're talking. We're all professionals.
Just to answer,
I've never done that.
Never. Yeah.
Just to answer the question that Mike just put up on the screen there, or Corey did, sorry, that Mike asked if anyone really thinks about the time and effort that goes into any of this. I'd probably say and even for myself, like, and my channel isn't near what some of these guys are on YouTube, but even for short form, like if anybody knew how much time I spend on my phone trying to come up with ideas, like just for that reel every day, and like I don't batch create those. I probably should, but I don't. Like I just come up with either on the spot or the night before, maybe 2 days before, but it's like a 10-to-1 ratio of the amount of time of content that's on there compared to the amount of time I spend coming up with that.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You can, if you're in the groove and you can, I would definitely batch create it and then schedule the release.
Yeah. You know, I think Matt is probably the oddball here because he's been doing this for so long. So I think his workflow is probably a lot quicker than probably the rest of ours.
Yes, but
I do know, like, a 20-25 minute video for me, you know, when you're like, oh, I need music here, so I really nerd out on the music or sound effects or this, and I need to layer blah blah blah. You know, there could be times where that 20-minute video, you're 6, 8, 10 hours at least of editing. You're just sitting down and trying to figure it out, and then you're like, you know, you spend a day on it, for example, and then it's like, I want to go watch this part, And that is one of my biggest critiques I have against myself too, is because I get something where I like it and I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then I want to critique it, and then I'll spend like another 2 or 3 hours on it, and I call it the editing wormhole. You just start doing something, the next thing you know, I'm just up here for 3 hours,
So
where did that time go?
one thing that I found really interesting when I started editing for Dork for a while was I was suddenly doing somebody else's content, right? I shaved 3.5 hours off of my process, making a longer video than what I was making for myself. I found it so much easier to sit down and go through somebody else's footage and objectively just be like, this is funny. This is not funny. He puts this up, his whole channel is going to get fucking canceled. This is funny. This is funny. Nope, that's drunk Ben around the campfire. Nobody should see that. Like, it was just so much easier to go and siphon through footage and put something together because there was no personal commitment to the experience, right? And it was a weird learning curve for me, which sped up my own editing when I was able to come back to it, was like being able to step back from my own shit and be like, okay, this is not funny, even though I have this emotional connection to it. Like, it was a weird learning curve for me to touch somebody else's content and have to put that out, not only as just in that, form, not only is just something that's entertaining, but has, a financial sticker to it, right? Because he's turning a profit, so it has to be a certain way. So that was a huge learning curve for me, is just the level of emotional investment that I don't think we realize we're putting in as editors of our own content. It's hard, man. Sometimes it's really, like you said earlier, it's hard to kill your babies. It's hard to look through certain stuff and realize, like, this is fucking bad. Like, don't do this, because you were there and you're like, no, this part is so fucking cool and good, and we went to this thing, and but it's not good.
And then if I can jump in, for those of us that are creating content around the ride, for an average person, that ride may take 20 minutes, but for us, it takes an hour and a half, because we got to go and set up the camera, we got to shoot this, we got to go back and do this and do that and do that. I mean, myself, I've put so much, I know we've already talked about this in the chat, our little side group chat, but I've put so much time and effort into YouTube over the last 2 years that I am poverty stricken now. I almost lost my wife. I've almost lost my house. Like, it's the amount of time that I put into this little addiction that I have for this creative, whatever it is that I need to do. The amount of time that goes into it is absolutely insane.
Remembering.
I love to watch the videos where they're showing you the behind the scenes, where they go and they set the camera out, they walk back to the bike, they ride by the camera, they walk back, grab the camera, change the camera again, they ride.
And then know that they had to set up a camera just to capture all those cameras.
That's right.
They had to stop for 15 minutes to get this drone footage.
That's why you just hired Dadventure Moto to start riding with you. I need to get to be friends with that guy.
Right.
I've talked to him several times. I've told him the same thing.
Yeah, I told him he needs to start bullying me to go riding with him. I don't even care if he films me. I just want to go out and explore the Olympics. They're out there nonstop.
Let's go.
Yeah, if you're not following Dadventure, you should be, because he's got some beautiful stuff. He's
a professional videographer and
that has found adventure motorcycling. So he's been doing this career field a while.
Does anybody do long form while they're on an event, or just short form?
What do you mean long form? Like posting long
form?
Oh,
the content? Yeah.
Oh,
for me, I'll just do Instagram stuff.
Yeah, just shorts.
Okay.
Yeah. Just do the stories. Just do
my last video that I did was long form, like from an event, but it was like the whole trip.
Ain't none of us itchy boots.
No. Hey, I'm going to bounce out of here, boys. I got homemade chicken and dumplings waiting for me, so I'm going to go smash down like 800 of those.
All right, fella, you're breaking up the crew. Now we're even squared.
And I got to pee. Oh, holy hell.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like we don't take pee breaks on this thing. No, go eat your food. We love you. Okay, goodbye.
Right,
everybody say bye.
You never know. How long you guys go.
Go find motorcycles and pancakes.
Bye, everybody. I might be back. I don't know. Love you guys.
Okay, bye. All right, where were we? Oh yeah, I'm not. Well, here's the thing too is like I'm in the thing. Like I'm doing this. I'm not going to sit there on my laptop and like edit the whole time. Like I might, I will likely at the end of the day. I think that's the thing that I've started doing the last couple of years because it's so easy now. I'll sit there while having a beer and I'll sift through clips, be like, hey, let's put this one where I ate shit onto Instagram. That's funny. Yeah, that stuff will go up. But I'm not. I'm not putting whole projects together while I'm out. No.
Yeah. As far as the project goes on the when you're on the road, is I'll just download the cards. That's it to an SSD, and that's pretty much it, right? Free up the card space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do shorts and I'll do images, and that's all I'm posting while I'm out and about.
Yeah.
I love this comment. Does anyone else try to cut and trim for the soundtrack to match with a clean ending, or is it just me with my closing brand? I am obsessed with making sure that my audio sounds as natural as possible. So if I can either stop it on a beat that sounds natural, or if I can find a way to fade it out in a way that's not just like, I'm obsessed with trying to make sure that audio is clean. So I feel for you, Dirty Destinations, and trying to take a 5-minute fucking soundtrack to a 1-minute video.
Right.
I won't worry so much about the soundtrack ending specifically at the end of the video, but I'm definitely going to fade it out. Like it's going to all die together.
I spend, after a few years of being a DJ and doing my beat mixing and stuff, I spend a lot of time on the music and just watching and getting everything just
your
tons of time.
And stuff, definitely. Your transitions and stuff, we got to be like on a beat.
Now, do you guys go through and listen to the audio track, and then do you put markers in the audio track so then you can just edit your videos to match that audio track, or how do you do that?
Ooh.
For me,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Critter.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Looks like Canadians, we got some Midwestern standoff, boys.
Two Canadians here are being polite. The Americans are like, fuck you, I'm going now.
I'm just going to mute you, Matt.
How did the two Canadians die in a car? Die in their own cars. They met at a stop sign at the same time. No, please, you go. No, please. No, sorry. Oh, no, please, after you. Nope. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, one of you was saying.
All right, I'll go.
Okay.
So I'll put all my clips into like the editing software. And in my mind, I've generally got some idea of like the type of music that I want, like for certain sections, or it has to kind of match like the vibe of the video.
Right.
Then what I'll do, usually I know it probably takes me a bit longer, but then I'll go find the music that I want. I'll upload that into the software, and then I'll clip my video, and I can adjust it so that it transitions like usually at like the right points in the music.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I do the same thing, and I think that might be the backwards way of doing it. Like I've seen some people on YouTube saying that you listen to your song and then you have it, you're playing in your head so you know what to shoot and all that sort of stuff. I'll build my video, my clip, whatever, and then as I'm building it, I'll remember what I was feeling or whatever, or the clip itself will reveal its persona to me. And then I'll go, I got to go and find this. And then I'll go look for a tune and I'll listen to about, 600 different tunes and go, oh, okay. Yeah. Number 332 was the one. I got to go back and grab that one and then drop that one and then edit that way through that. So it's a long process of doing it.
Editing time in there just to review soundtracks and stuff like
that.
To add.
Yeah.
You're trying to match the mood of the video.
Yeah.
If you're building up to a certain point, you're going to want music that's going to build up to. Like
I don't know, Matt. Should we be finding the music first for the mood, or doing it how Owen and I are doing it?
Okay, here's how I do it.
Okay,
I'm no expert.
Opposite.
So obviously we go out and we shoot our shit, right? Like there's no like I'm not sitting here before I go to tour tech and I'm like, Yes, this song speaks to me. I will ride in this way. Like that's not that's not what we're doing. Right. So everybody be clear. We are shooting our clips first. We are out doing our thing. I'm not over here like fucking day 2 of Tour Tech. Yes, I must ride this way tomorrow.
Just magic though.
This connects with my 501. I will use this soundtrack. It's not what's happening. So you go out, you ride your ride, you see your things, you do your stuff. I will go before I start a project. So Ian brought up the phrase, not storyboard, but essentially storyboard. I will, and I think it's just by habit and years and years and years and years and years of projects, I will build sort of my own visual, like how this is going to fucking play out. Yeah. Because I've done the experience, right? So now I know, like, how am I going to tell a story? I will go look for, before I start editing, the songs that I want to use. Now, that said, I very much so enjoy, where a lot of people do not, really fucking chopping those montages up to the beat. I like to find things that have, like, good, strong, like, where can I punch fucking 9 clips of being on a Forest Service road into about 1.5 seconds. And I'll go find something that's just... And I will just make those cuts all to every one of those beats really quick, because that's what I'm looking for. Because I know I want something that's upbeat and fun and energetic, but also I need to fit like fucking 45 minutes of riding out to the trail into highway time, into this little compact fucking, because I don't want to waste the time in the project. So I'm looking for that in the music.
Cue the montage.
I don't have one. I don't have a montage to cue. But yeah, that's my go-to phrase, right? Like cue the montage. Because nobody wants to watch me ride highway. Nobody wants to listen to me compete with fucking highway wind noise. All the guys right here. No, it's the fucking worst. So just skip it. Just zip through it. Film for minute and a half. Turn it off. Film for minute and a half, and it's slightly different. Turn it off. And then just quick cut that shit in post. So that's what I'm looking for in my music, is something that's going to fit the editing that I've already got built in my brain. And then vibe and whatever is just an extension of that. By the way, I never answered the question. I have cycled through a number of these fucking websites. I really like Artlist.
Artlist is so good.
Artlist is the most diverse website that I have found to date, and that is what I have been using for a while and will continue to use. There was another one that came up for a while that was really good. Artlist is better.
And if we were real professionals, there would be an affiliate link in the description below.
But there's not.
No, you keep saying affiliate link.
Like, there are no professionals here, and there are no affiliate links.
I don't have one of those.
I'm pretty sure Artlist does it also.
Right. Well, listen.
But I agree. And like I pay for the like I subscribe to the Pro Artlist, and you get music, you get sound effects, you get stoppage,
I don't pay for all
you
that.
get LUTs, you get everything.
You get LUTs through Artlist? Oh fuck! Yep. I'm about to go waste some money.
That's a relatively new one. You spend a tough time with me. I got lots of poor financial advice to offer.
I appreciate you right now.
Like a lot.
Max. It's called Max.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Get the fuck out of here. It's only $27 a month.
It's like $75 Canadian.
What am I paying right now?
Chris and like her.
Hold on. Hold the fuck on.
I paid for it annually. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. See, look at it. They're like twins up there, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
What am I paying right now? Oh, I'm paying the once a year price, whatever it is. That's what I do know. Yeah. $219 a year. Versus, I mean, it's only what, like $50, $60 more? Don't mind me.
Do it.
Okay, money. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's trying to bill me $80 right now.
Yeah, because it's going to bill you for the year.
Yeah, never mind. I'm going to do it, though. Just not right now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to order that. Just not right now. I'll get back to you. Yeah, let me call you next Tuesday when I get some pocket money. It's never going to happen. It's gone. That's not that much more for a shit ton of stuff, though. That Pro Max has a lot in it.
Yeah. So,
noted. Somewhere up there. In the whirlwind of sticky notes. It's in there.
Training ADV, you're absolutely right. I got a lot of admiration for anybody that stops to set up cameras for B-roll.
Yeah, dude. So much work. I thought that was going to be me. Yeah.
Moist Oregon's got a good question here, too, in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you do if you're on a trip and you're not with a bunch of YouTubers? You're a YouTuber.
That is honestly awkward AF.
There we go.
I just film.
I missed that one.
I've never even thought to stop and ask him, like, do you mind being on film? Like, I've got a fucking GoPro or Insta360 strapped to my helmet. Like, if you don't want to be on camera, it's right there.
I think he might be more referring to like videoing off the bike. Like, what do you do if you're with a group of friends that don't want to be on camera?
Oh, I don't have that kind of friends. So I don't know. I don't mean that as a shitty statement.
Yeah.
I just literally everybody that I film around is also doing YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no waiver that needs to be signed. Fair. You ride with us and you know that you're going to be on a camera.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
We might give you an out on maybe something you said or did at camp after a few drinks, but that's still loosely questionable.
Yeah. It's got to be really questionable. If it's funny, it's probably going in.
I've ridden with folks that don't want to be on camera, and it makes the filming a little bit more difficult. You have to be conscious of where they are in relation to the camera view, and you got to cut them out of parts of the video, and it can get difficult if there's a conversation going on, and if you cut that person out, you miss that part of the conversation, and it can be a little bit tough like that. I typically, there's been some, even with the mixed nuts and stuff, there's been some bad blood about the cameras being on site and, certain individuals not liking it. And I've just gotten to the point now where if I'm riding with people, I'm like, okay, do you mind being on camera? I can just get it out right at the very beginning. Do you mind being on camera? You do? Okay, you get back there then. Stay the fuck away from me because I'm filming, right? But you just got to clear it up right at the very beginning.
Yeah, honestly,
the guy that used to ride with Dork.
Oh, that's what I was just debating whether or not to bring up. So he had a person who rode with him who
and always had to blur his face out.
Yeah, he just wouldn't have him in the shot because he was in a job that he didn't want those two things connected. So, but that's editing that footage was always a weird challenge because it was like, okay, well, but I can't. To loop back though, like if somebody came up to me and was like, hey man, I'm not comfortable with you filming me, I wouldn't be like, hey, fuck you, I'm a fucking YouTuber guy. Like, obviously be respectful of people. If they don't want to be filmed, they don't want to be filmed. Don't be an asshole about it. My official. It's just a funny question for me to have to process because I've never even had to like think about that statement.
Well, what about when you're on a trip and you go into Subway or 7-Eleven or a gas station or something like that, and the cameras are rolling? So when I'm on a trip, I will go in and I'll ask, do you mind if I roll the camera in here when I come in and take my order? If they say yes, then okay, I can roll the camera. If they say no, so I always double check first. Again, adding to the time that it takes to build a video because you're always constantly asking and blah, 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 right? So how do you handle that one, Matt?
So if I'm outside of a gas station, here's the thing is I operate under a very journalistic standard. If I'm out on public land,
you're the guy.
Fortunately, you're in it. I stopped the lady to get directions once, and I filmed that whole interaction. Not to loop back, but it's just an odd coincidence. The Idaho series. I filmed that whole thing. I didn't even think to ask her if that was okay. I just did it because I'm on public land and that's part of my experience. And like, again, I've got a camera right here. Like, point out to me it just doesn't even register for me because it's legally okay. I'm not on private property. I'm not, in your domicile. I'm not invading your privacy. We are interacting as two humans in the world. That is legally acceptable to film. So I just do it. Now, if I have an interaction with somebody that's less than pleasant, or again, if at any point somebody's like, hey, are you filming? I'll stop and be like, oh shit, I didn't even think about it. Like, is that okay? But that's the journalism world that I grew up in, is you just shoot till somebody says stop. And then you ask, why do I have to stop? But different. So that's actually, no, Dirty Destinations makes a great point. I need to change it. And every place I walk into, I need to yell, I'm a YouTuber. I'm filming. And then I say like and subscribe. That's a great idea. That's way smarter than anything I've been doing.
For our helmet.
Hey, I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that at Tour Attack.
Printed right up here in your helmet or something.
I'm going to walk around with a megaphone.
I'm a YouTuber, and then below that's going to say send nudes.
To clarify, we know that's not what you meant, Dirty Destinations. I took that to a pretentious level. Happily. Do you...
I got time for one more question, then I got to go too.
The band's falling apart. Oh, we did drop heavily at 2.5 hours. So, all right, let's wrap this one up, and then it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
So I answered this one in the chat. Like, I've been with people on trips where I wasn't officially like the content guy, but like they were kind of relying on me for content, just for video to show their families and stuff.
Yeah.
Corey's always he's my drone guy. I don't have one. I don't have the conscious remembering to use one, even if I did have one. He's a guy. So I rely on him for drone shots. And I credit appropriately.
Yeah. For me, I'm basically the guy for all the dual exploring Vancouver Island videos, but I really enjoy riding with Ian. When Ian and I get together, riding together, our filming creative brains just start firing on all 18 cylinders, and away we go. And it's a riot. It's a lot of fun.
Corey.
Oh, for me, I don't record. I don't edit. I just I'm in the background and I remind the people that are around me. It's like, hey, this would be a good shot.
Jumps over the shoulder.
Matt, we should pull the drone out. We should get this shot. And then drive away.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, let's pull over. Thoughts on recording.
Folks that are necessarily in the video, but they
we did this one.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Yeah.
Come on, Corey.
I didn't unstar it. I'm sorry.
All right, hold on. Let's give Owen his out.
Oh. See ya, Owen. You're muted.
He's muted. I am muted.
You were talking to the wife earlier.
Oh, there he goes.
Memory card backup process? I don't have one.
Okay.
Oh, no, we meant you said one more question and you got to go.
And then you were
but
out.
I was just trying to give you a solid out.
This will be the one more question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't back things up. I just carry a shit ton of memory cards.
Yeah.
Oh, I back up onto an SSD.
I should. I don't.
Yeah.
Somebody
You have
in
to
our
carry your
chat.
computer with you to do that, though, Critter?
Pardon me?
So do you have to carry like a tablet or laptop?
I have been, but I have noticed that they do have card readers that just go whoop and done. So I'm going to look into that. The last two big trips that I've gone on, the first one I had my iPad with me and just dumped that way. I had to go Wi-Fi wise. The second one I had my Mac with me and I just dumped that way. Worked really good, but I'm liking that one that you just plug the card in and it just takes it and away you go. So
I would absolutely do it, but I'm never carrying like my laptop with me. So
Yeah, they make ones that are they're like this big, and you just pop the memory card into it, and it just dumps everything, and then it's saved on that hard drive. I used to work with a guy who had one.
The new Q file hub. Okay.
Yeah, and he tried that, and he had an external hard drive with the card, and he said it went faster than doing it on the laptop.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, that would be great because then you could just take that and plug it into your computer when it comes time to edit, and all your footage is right there, done, way to go. And
Yep.
yeah, I like that.
All right, Owen, here's your second chance.
All right.
Second attempt at a hard out. You want to get going?
Smells like
All right. Okay, bye, buddy.
I'm out.
See you, Owen.
See ya.
Okay, we dipped
that
for a
was good.
second, and then it spiked back up. So I don't know if
Yeah.
the
It
Canadian
did spike
internet
back up
froze.
a little bit.
But what are you boys doing? How you feeling? I'm stone sober and my ADHD is rolling. So I'll let you both
myself,
make the call.
It's getting really close to Emmy's bedtime, so I got to go and get the littlest critter off to bed.
Okay, well,
It is a Thursday.
let's wrap it up then.
Let's end this thing.
Woo! I don't know what that was.
Matt,
Well,
come on, Matt.
That was the live, I guess. That's where we're ending.
Wow.
What was that? What are you doing? Why are you so angry? You should be excited. You're angry pointing.
Get the out of here.
Thanks everybody for hanging out.
Hey, look
How
at
about
that.
one of these? How about there?
Oh, one of
Hold
those?
on. Let me. Nope. It loves my face too much. All right. Thanks everybody for showing up, hanging out. I was really impressed with watching the little eyeball numbers stay so positive. It's steeply dropping. Everybody was like, all right, fuck it. We're out of here. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for asking questions. I got a lot of great input.
Yeah.
You're all great. Don't forget, second Thursdays of every month. I'll see you
Every
in
month,
March.
right here.
That's fallen real close to my birthday next month. I'm not actually sure which
Ooh.
day, but don't forget to buy me special presents. I don't fucking know what I'm saying. All right, I love you all. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.